We're live. Hello.
Hey! Okay, we're live. And wow, imagine 20 whole minutes of banter just now. Can you believe it? Well, anyway, that's already done. Welcome to Water Under the Bridge. This is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign where we play old AD&D modules of a beloved history, converted and set in the homebrew setting of Andarin. Since we already did 20 minutes of banter, music today was provided by Michael Gelfi Studios, Tabletop RPG Music, and Micro Music.
You got there.
Yeah.
We're back.
Welcome back. See, I didn't do the wait, I wasn't ready this time. Character growth. Valkyrie. Our party of heroes, the Valkyrie, have found themselves in the Element Desert, the so-called Desert of Desolation, following in the footsteps of prophecy. There's a stick in my microphone. They unwittingly released an Ifrit Pasha, who has sworn to reduce the world to cinders. Fortunately, the prophecy involved them releasing it and then subsequently collecting 5 star gems from 1,000 years past, using them to reach the Pillar of Martek, an ancient archmage, and collect his Spear of Power, which can be used to defeat Calatharius once and for all. Now, the Valkyrie have 4 star gems and are on their way to the 5th, which they believe lies in the so-called cursed city, Medinat Muskawoon. They have a general sense of where it might be and are en route to reach it. However, the desert has had other ideas, with magical sandstorms raining acid and raging genies locked in combat, interrupting their path. There have been some slowdowns, where we now pick up a second sandstorm in the course of 12 hours has just completely destroyed the road north. And the Valkyrie are in the process of climbing out of the sand once again and recovering their camp. It is about 6 a.m. in the morning. Oh, shit. So that was one of those you were sleeping and then, everybody get up! It's coming! Moments.
Yeah.
Those are the worst. My condolences. Is there anything
are the
any
camels?
of you do?
Everybody's good? All the camels are good?
The camels are chatty. They're complaining in their way.
Marco's too.
It's with the camels, just be like, ah!
Fucking love the desert.
Do we want to leave immediately?
Yeah,
You
in case it
hang
comes
around.
back a third time.
I mean, what are the? I'm not even going to finish that
What,
sentence because I don't
what were
want
the
to.
answers?
I don't want to. I
gonna
think it
come
was like
back.
one. I think it was like. I'm not going to work it out.
Even
Let's
as,
get going.
I love the trail off because Ithri, in the middle of that sentence, something catches your eye. It's still dim. The sun hasn't quite peeked over the horizon yet. You know it will soon. The wind is still sort of blowing a little bit. It's died down. Like it's safe, but there is like some sand and dust in the air. But you can make out a silhouette about 40 feet away. The silhouette of a robed figure.
What color is the robe? Just for clarification, we've seen many robed figures. Brown. Okay. Just checking.
Though their form is largely veiled by the dust and sand. You can almost just see like this off-color silhouette in the dust.
Hello.
Hello.
No.
Wait,
there's
were you
I was pointing. Hello. There's a. Someone. Maybe.
Selene, on spotting this now, will add, "That is the one I saw yesterday."
Oh, hello. How far away are they?
The figure doesn't respond. About 40 feet from the camp, but they do start slowly trudging toward you.
I had to look up how much that is. 12 meters, so that's actually very close.
12
Right.
meters to the edge of the camp.
Yep.
Which
Which
could
also,
be,
like, it's not super large. I imagine your camp is about, like,
Don't we just have 2 tents?
probably another 40 feet square. Yeah, 2
Yeah.
tents and a campfire.
So they're coming to us.
Hello.
That's good, right?
Probably.
As they approach, you notice that there's something coming out of the hood and sort of billowing in the wind.
I've got a scarf.
And they move into, or well, out of the dust, close enough that you can see them clearly. And what you see is a humanoid figure. Think like the Ben Kenobi robes, like brown, very
It is Ben
ratty and
Kenobi.
worn.
These aren't the star gems you're looking for.
Well traveled and well used. While you can see within the folds of the hood, they help you further by lowering the hood as they approach, and you can see that their entire face and neck is heavily bandaged, with just sort of a loose bandage sort of wavering only like in arm's length off of their off of
Not
the
a
side of their
scarf.
head. But
Does it look like Mummy from the pyramids?
one eye is uncovered, and you can make out in intense blue. Forgive me for wandering. I hope I didn't startle you.
No? Are you
Not
okay?
as much as the
Might I-
sandstorm did.
Might I share a bit of hospitality ere you set out once more?
Yeah. Do you need water?
No.
We have 2 water
Damn it.
sources.
Harry and Mark were staring at each other like,
Well, we're not needed for this conversation. Are they carrying a water
And
skin?
like you guys were no, they are not. In fact, they have no equipment to speak of that you can see.
Hmm.
Nor
Are-
weapons, for that matter.
Are you injured? Do you need some healing?
No.
Could you tell
Are
us what
you?
you do need?
Well, and the figure sort of glances at Selene for a moment. I see no reason not to be direct with you. I've been watching you for some time. Now, a side note. This is instantaneous, so to everyone else, it wouldn't even clock, but Ithri, you feel a flash of recognition and then shock going beyond like stunned speechlessness shock. we'll circle back to that later. I have noticed that you are struggling somewhat.
We didn't exactly have enough feed for the camels. But you don't look as if you have any to spare.
Would that I did. But that is not the struggle I refer to. I am aware of your activities in the south as well. You are tremendous warriors, all. Some of you, he looks to Key and Marco, I must beg forgiveness, I am less acquainted with. But I did see when you took up the cause. You are gifted in your own ways. If I may refer to you as such, a folk hero and a prophet.
He's got
What
you
colour did
completely
you
wrong.
say-
Marco's not a prophet.
What color did you say his eye was?
Blue.
I see.
Do you mind if I sit down?
It's your camp.
If he's going to...
I'm your guest here, truly. I promise you, I am no threat to you. I do not come to threaten or mislead or manipulate.
Maybe we should all sit.
I just wanted to meet you.
Okay, I sit.
Perhaps we can trade information.
Certainly. Though I suspect, given your current predicament, you likely know more about this place than I.
Do you know anything about a place called Mescowat?
Medina Muscovud.
That one. What the prophet said.
There are
Supposedly
legends that
It's in the direction you came from. Supposedly it's in the direction
north.
you came from. Mm-hmm.
North, yes. There is a cursed city upon an island. There's a lot of history there. It's it's quite an ironic delight, actually. I am actually familiar with the place. A great deal of relevant history is kept there. There were once many, many temples. It was a thriving trade city that bore it bore places of worship to every faith that they welcomed. There are temples there to Horus and Ra, Balder, Loki, others.
You speak as if you've been there.
Not yet. I should like to visit it ere I go.
You know how
But
to get
time
there?
is short. For my part, yes, though I could not give you directions. I would if I could.
Could you at least give us your name? You know us and we don't know you.
I must beg your forgiveness. I'm not comfortable giving my true name, but you may call me... Let's see. Why don't you call me Nerul? Yes, Nerul. I think that will suffice.
Bold to tell us you're lying about your name.
Your names have power, Key.
Well,
Yeah, it's not a
I'm
big
not
deal
lying.
to use a name that's not your
Not-
real name. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's totally normal.
Not suspicious at all.
I am
not.
Shiloh Slick.
It's not suspicious.
Yeah. Most of us have done some form or another of that.
I mean,
He
Key's
doesn't
not your real name.
respond, but you do get an air of amusement from him.
Can I tell if
To
the
be honest-
bandages? Oh, what?
Go ahead.
If it's like an injury he's hiding, or if he's just trying to hide his face, just in general.
You can do, I would say, perception to sense motive or medicine recall knowledge. I'll allow either of those.
It's gonna be medicine.
You don't think it's an injury.
Like he still has an eye under there. Like there's no injury there,
Oh yeah. There's still an eye.
but we can only see the one.
He does look mummified, but you don't think that's it either. You think this is a stylistic decision.
So he still has his organs. is
Mummy
what you're saying.
style. I got that mummy
It's just
style.
a
Okay.
desert goth kid, I guess.
Yeah.
Like there are bits of flesh poking through, and
Ah.
it's definitely not rotted.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
To be honest, I had hoped I might be able to aid you in a different way, based upon each of your stories. What I know of you, anyway. You have suffered unfairly. You are handicapped, though you know not. Have you surmised the means by which the royal family of... forgive me. Where are you from? Young ladies?
Seems like you already know.
The name eludes me, and I would hate to get it wrong.
Saragarda.
Thank you. Saragarda. Have you surmised the means by which the royal family attained divinity?
Kara will just look at Selene. I mean, we kind of figured out the lineage a little bit.
Lineage can help, but it is not the way of the multiverse for mortals to become so powerful lightly, not in the ways by which that family has done so. Let me offer a different example. With respect, you know of the dwarvish gods?
Do we? Yes.
As you bear the marks of both Odin and Loki, then it might surprise you to know that these were not gods 1,000 years past. Nor Seth, Anubis, Ra. These are new gods. The old ones are more or less forgotten here. And yet, existence goes on. The ways of the world more or less flow as they should. But there is a force in this world. Something of a like a cage door, holding shut, preventing. Well, it was never meant for you. And as you have survived ordeals, acquired power, accomplished mighty things, you've been robbed of your potential. And that was never our intent.
Our intent?
A slip of the tongue. You are also young. But I had thought that perhaps I could make right. If you wish to take your place in destiny, as it calls upon you, and you accept whatever consequences may come of such, I would be willing to unlock you, to open the cage door. But I cannot do this without your consent. And there is no shame in choosing a normal life. Destiny, for all of its myths and legends, is not kind. Those chosen by destiny rarely find happiness, or joy, or peace. There's no peace in changing the world. If you would go about your normal lives, I think there is true courage in that. But it is not for me to decide.
Is that
I'll
the
take some
only
destiny.
cost?
I didn't get a single one of what you guys. It was all at the same time.
I said, I'll take some destiny.
And I said, is that the only cost?
It is, but do not mistake the severity of such a cost.
Sounds like a steal.
Once you see behind the curtain, you can never go back.
Medora would like to step back into, like, the shadows of where the camels are. She's going to attempt to open her mind to the figure she once saw that asked her if she wanted some. I think there was an offer of power or something that at the time she couldn't decide, and she's going to see if she can just open her mind to time, to go back to that time and see if this is the decision they meant.
When you open up in this way, everything around you sort of freezes because you're in essence stepping out of time. And as you do so, as you step out of this timeline and you see it freeze, you can now see like so many other timelines stretching in infinite directions. In fourth and fifth dimensions, if you will. You see countless decisions and lifetimes, and you don't see, but you feel an entity beyond sight. That thing, that being that exists so far beyond time. You feel its presence. What do you do?
He just projects. I understand now. I accept.
You feel a sense of approval's the wrong word. It's approval in the sense of like it was already known.
Mhm.
Maybe recognition is the word. There was never any doubt. And you find yourself back in normal passage of time.
She'll just walk back over and she'll sit down. I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Way.
No. But I think it's right.
Well, it is important to do what's right. Very well. And that one blue eye closes. And at first you're like, what's he doing? Don't feel any different. Did he fall asleep?
Wake up!
And then he starts to lift off the ground. As does some of the sand all around you, just begins to, like little specks of sand, more and more begin to float up into the air.
Sandstorm.
The wind picks up, billowing past you, around you, swirling about you, and you can see more and more of the sand rising up into a wall, a towering vortex with you at the center, whirling about you higher and higher. You feel like you can't breathe. You can't move. Like your entire body is on fire, burning, and you can't tolerate this much longer. It's like some unseen energy within you needs to be let out, but it can't. It's like you're trying to hold it all in. Your body is holding it. It's like when you have to throw up, but you can't. Like you may even want to get it out, but your body just won't go for it. It's like resisting you. And then suddenly, the figure, Nerul, begins to emanate light. And as he does so, you feel light within yourselves beginning to emanate from you, creating an aura, dim at first, even Korra's, but growing brighter and brighter. The fire within you burns hotter and hotter until it feels like you're going to turn to ashes. Involuntarily, some, if not all of you, begin to cry out. It's a reflex, something primal, something not even conscious.
This is like, dude.
The wind roars in your ears until you can hear nothing else. And then, with a sound like 1,000 thunderclaps, like an explosion from within, everything bursts. The energy flares out of you. Flames and ice, lightning, time itself, everything explodes out of you, turning the sand around you into obsidian. Smoke billowing up, caught in the vortex going around you. Light and dark. You feel as though you can hear 1,000 voices crying out in jubilation, in terror. And then the sand falls. You feel exhausted, so weary. You're not sure if you even have the strength to stand, and yet something holds you upright. If anything, more upright than you've ever stood. You feel strength in your bones, in your bodies. You examine like your hands, still emanating with some kind of energy that slowly pulls inward, fading from sight, but that power still crackles. And you look out across the sand as though seeing this world for the first time. The colors somehow more potent, sharper, like you've been going through life without your glasses and now you have them. Like you can see, truly see. And this figure before you just sits in the sand, looking old and tired and frail. It is done. I hope one day you can forgive me.
Are we gonna meet again?
We must. I have wronged this world. But perhaps now at least things can begin to right themselves.
I have more questions.
I've no secrets to keep from you, save few minor, which we've already addressed.
Do you know the Hungry Hippo?
Blink, blink.
Marco and Kyrek. Blink.
There's no use in withholding names here.
Sorry, I'm so used to calling him that. The Devourer?
Yes.
Because he said he was trapped too, didn't he? Kind of looks at the others.
Have you met him in this way before?
We've met in one fashion or another.
Why do you look so pleased about it?
Not pleased. Amused. I've something of a history with him.
Well, he keeps kind of messing with us. I'm sure you've noticed that, right? If you've been
Yes.
watching us.
You are not yet ready to truly meet him. But I believe you will.
What does he want? What is he doing?
Lashing out.
For what? Love?
He sees
Revenge?
himself as treated quite cruelly and will do what he believes is required to undo his punishment.
His punishment of being trapped here.
In a way.
He seems to think we can help him get free.
Well,
I think that's what he
if
said.
that is what you choose to do, you certainly could now. You are no longer locked in with him. You have the power to affect your own destiny. Your cage is open, and if you choose to let him out, you may do so. You could also undo that. You could see him barred forever. As he is now, I suppose. But while caged, I think he may remain a blight to whatever people exist in his time. He wasn't always a god either, you know. He was the first of the new.
So I guess he couldn't be imprisoned fully then, if he could reach out to people and become a new god.
His prison held. Even as a god, he was unable to escape. In large part thanks to heroes just like you. Those who chose destiny over safety and happiness. Those who sacrificed everything and continue to do so. If you would oppose him, I would encourage you to find those who came before.
How do we do that? Wasn't that a long time ago?
This desert has been here a long time. And yet, if you look merely over the next dune, you see ruins yet survive. Cities buried in sand yet exist, needing but to be uncovered.
Okay, but if we just put him in prison again, isn't that just repeating what happened before?
I suppose it is.
I don't think that's much of
I
a
suppose it
solution.
is. He
And then
has
somebody-
left very few solutions.
And then somebody later on is just gonna have to do this all over again.
Yes.
Maybe he should just sit down with, the people who did this and like have tea and talk it out.
Or we
wish-
should find out what it was that they did.
Well, maybe I'll ask him next time I see him.
Everybody's story has a beginning.
His does indeed. I would tell you all. I could speak much on his beginning, but that time hasn't come yet.
What was his name?
Once, we called him Abel. And other titles. Forgive me. I promised you I would answer your questions, and here again, I must refrain.
And does he
You will learn.
deserve the chance to talk?
Does I missed that? Does he what?
Does he deserve the chance to talk?
There was a time I would have said no. But maybe I've gotten old. I don't know that I've the right to decide such a thing.
Everyone deserves the right to talk, Medora.
I do know that he is a plague on your world. And if he is allowed to continue on the road he has laid out, all will suffer.
And are you telling us this because when we finish here, we will be dragged into another path such that we were dragged here?
I don't know what future lies before you. I would like to think that now you can choose for yourselves what you will do. Things are different.
Medora
now.
just looks at Ithri.
You have many powers between you. But perhaps your greatest gift, one that truly I have not given you, nor unlocked, but was with you all along, is choice.
Thought we was gonna say friendship.
Friendship.
I have learned that friendship can be as much a curse as it is a blessing. Choose your friends carefully. And now I must be going. I've already spent a little too much.
So we'll see you again then?
I suspect so.
Okay.
Good luck. Palor's light guide you. And then he's just gone.
Halo is like the paladin kind of dude, right? Like the super nice kind of light god or something.
Your
like smites
characters,
people,
that's
but-
probably... I suspect that's a name none of you would have ever heard.
Oh.
Yes, you are correct in D&D's history.
Oh,
Those gods aren't in this setting.
I see. So who's that?
Who is that guy? Who the heck is that guy?
What do I need to know, Askell?
Really what you felt initially, as soon as he started talking, you felt staggering shock. And recognition. If you want to dig into that internally at some point, you are welcome to.
Okay.
Are you doing so now?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
That is what Ithri's been doing this whole time.
Are we gonna be?
Well, let's talk about that. What does that entail? Because she's stunned speechless at present.
Oh, no. Ithri would be going through his mind of every religious lesson he's ever ignored and every experience he's ever had to try and figure out what the recognition is. I think there might be if Ithri is right, I don't think he wants to actually. I think he's scared of finding out. But
I'm going to let you choose between, and I have a feeling I know what you're going to choose, diplomacy and perception here.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Could we see both of his hands?
Yes, but they were bandaged.
Okay.
I've rolled perception.
Right, Ithri with the highest perception in the party.
What? Mine's pretty good.
It is. It is. Multiple of you guys now have master proficiency in it, and yet it's still Ithri.
Oh, that's the point. I didn't level up a skill. Carry on.
Yep. So you place the voice, but you're probably having a little difficulty rationalizing. You don't recognize it from her memories. You recognize it from yours. It was an individual you once offered a cold beer to. On the edge of a dream.
Ithri's just going to bury that and pretend he doesn't know.
What? You dick! Tell me! Now Ashley knows and Cora doesn't.
I genuinely
They say I'm cruel.
I genuinely think involuntarily Ithri has gone, no, it's not that. Forget it.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But okay. So yeah, now you guys are just kind of sitting or standing in the morning sun because it is just now starting to, we'll say about 30 minutes have passed. It's starting to crest the horizon.
Cool. My campaign notes are gone. Okay. What did he say his name was? Nerul?
Nayrul.
Nerul? Okay. Got it.
We should probably move before the sun heats the land up too much.
I mean, I kind of just want to lay down, but sure.
Oh, Stilly, I know. Think I'm stupid. I know. Fucking.
Maybe the heat's already gone for her. She's talking to herself.
Yes, just keep
hitting
moving.
the road then? Okay. So, I say hitting the road then. There is no road.
Hitting the dusty trail.
I believe you
by trail.
have been given advice as a recap, because I don't know if you guys remember this. You had been recommended to go northwest when you hit the signpost, but that's all you have in the way of directions.
Hey, guess what we have?
Compass!
Well, Selene can look at, try to find the thing sticking up too.
Medora would like to go through her bag and Key's bag and slap the compass into Key's hand.
Compasses.
Here is your compass. And here is mine.
Kind of snatch it away, just like, I know what I'm doing. What does N stand for?
Nugget.
Right, nuggets are this way.
All right. So, you guys set out. These are trackless dunes, and I no longer remember how much distance you can cover. 1 second, let me pull up travel.
I think it was like a hex every 2 hours or something. Or 3
hours.
hours. Oh, I was way
It
off.
is 6 hours per hex.
Selene can do 2 if she's flying on her own.
So, making your way generally northwards with a compass and aerial sight, I will say, going in a straight line is difficult, but not impossible. And since you kind of have a visual aid with the flight, you can make your way over the next 6 hours. Oh boy, that's a lot of hours. It takes you 6 hours, putting it to about high noon. That is 12:30.
High noon.
Before you reach atop a random sand dune, a tall pole with a wisp of colored cloth attached as a banner and silvery bangles hanging just below.
Well, we're going the right way.
Shite time!
And storm number 4.
Let's play shite and bingo. Which direction's it coming from next?
Here's the fun bit. Junko will report to you that she can actually see another marker to the northwest.
Okay, so we keep heading that way, right?
We do, but
Are we sure we've reached the turn in the road?
only put those markers down when there is a turn in the road.
Even if it isn't, if the next marker's to the northwest, we need to go northwest to get to the marker to start going northwest from.
All I'm saying is that if we were going northwest, but we were out by, say, 20 foot, guess who's going in a sinkhole again?
I'm not making it to double digits.
In age or?
Yes.
Wait, how old are you?
Old enough in lizard years. That sun's getting pretty high, and you guys look like, not you, Marco, the rest of you look like you might burn quite easily.
Oh, okay.
Shall we pitch up some tents? I'm happy to go out and try and find some berries for the camels.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to suggest a shovel for digging.
I can't feed the camels a shovel.
No. Medora will start putting up a tent, and then in the time available before it gets too hot, she's going to see if she can locate a buried marker.
Well, I mean, you guys are at a marker.
Oh, definitely we're at a marker.
You are at one marker, and there's another one that that Selene can see to the northwest.
Marco's been pointing at it for the last 5 minutes. Right
over there.
In which case,
I assumed you were stopping at the marker.
Oh, okay. That is all good then. Yeah, in that case, less sassy. If there is a marker to the northwest and we're at a marker, we're going northwest now.
Okay. So would you guys say about 6 hours resting here, allowing for one subsistence check?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that we actually have a sack of camel feed that we were gonna give them after like 7 days so we can,
we still want to try
25 days.
Okay.
Yeah, we still want to push that out though,
now,
surely.
Are we in any way after our level up now better at that?
Yes, I would like to be unending subsistence.
I wondered if anyone had.
Wait, what are you using, please?
Unending subsistence. I'm spending a mythic.
Let's see. Your mythic power allows you to take a small amount of food, replicate it near endlessly. When you attempt to check the subsist, you could. Oh, you're doing it mythically.
I can't. I can do water. I can do food.
You pour camel feed
I know
up
what
in
sand
here, and
is.
it's just endless camel feed comes out the other.
So what is your proficiency level in survival?
So I am expert plus 16, and I get +1 bonus as well from one of the Horizon Walker feats.
Okay, so whatever your bonus would be here, you are going to add an additional 2, 4, 6. You're going to add 6 to whatever you roll.
Cool. So I just
because you're rolling this with mythic proficiency.
So just roll a survival check, yeah.
Yup.
And this wouldn't be a blind one, would it?
This would not.
Excellent. So add 6. Let's go.
$31. Let's see. Against Master DC, I forgot to pull open my table. Cheat codes. Let me take a quick peek. What the DC per level is. 30. That is a success. Not a critical success, but it is a success.
Good enough.
You know what then? Selene's just gonna let you handle that one. Wow. First mythic point of the day. Make sure you deduct one. He goes out hunting and something is different. You know how I said the world is like sharper, clearer? It's like your senses are honed. And you just have this instinct. Something that you've kind of had all your life, but never really knew how to listen to. It's like someone unmuted it. And you follow this instinct. And you find not just like grass and such that you can like collect, harvest for the camels to eat. You find a little oasis with fruit, clean water, enough for everyone. Fresh food, none of that shitty, salted, flavorless food that you guys have been living on. And Key returns with like heaping sacks of food, full water skins. Pick your choice, lemon or lime.
Ooh,
or
lime.
Coconut. I'll allow coconut.
Ooh, coconut.
Limes?
Coconut.
He comes back with like a sack full of coconuts for everyone as well. You probably have more food in this moment than you set out originally with.
Marco grabs a few coconuts, like cracks them open, pulls the cheap alcohol, and puts a straw
Just
in.
like starts shaking.
Yeah, I'm mixing a few drinks.
I'm gonna
cheap alcohol, Marco.
I'm
you
I'm
gave
gonna
it to
use
me.
a fine alcohol.
Oh, you only gave me the cheap crap.
Here,
uh
knock that
In
off.
fact, this mentions shelter too. If you want, you guys can literally camp at that oasis.
Okay.
Some
Forever.
other travelers are like on their knees, like scraping us, like don't look there. That's just imagination. It's not actually a guy mixing drinks in an oasis. Just keep going. We're gonna die of thirst.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like this oasis just happened to have an unused tiki bar. It's weird. It was just there.
another drink for you, Johnny. So I'm making sure I plant enough down for the camels as well to feast their little hearts out on.
Yeah, and feast their little hearts out. They do. They were getting pretty hungry.
And the three little guys?
Oh yes, and of course
I forgot about the little guys. Yeah,
of course the three jackasses.
Maybe
Hugh,
they
Louie,
can
and Dewey.
stay in the oasis and live their
Oh my
lives.
god.
Oh, yeah,
do they fit in your sleeves?
they'll eat. They'll eat.
I bet they will.
Cool. So, far too soon, the sun is beginning to set. Shall we head out again?
Yay!
While we've rested, is it just coconuts, or are there enough like fruits that we could dry some in the heat?
I would say there's exactly enough food here for what you could use now. Looking at the text, it's enough for today.
Okay.
So it's a really small oasis, probably like 2 trees at max. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not like it's not an outpost. Just enough for today. But you are all well fed, watered, shaded, relaxed, and so you set out for the evening. You said going northwest.
Towards the next marker.
Okay. Moving northwest. It's a little harder, and in fact, I'm gonna have Junko, who's like your eyes in the sky and is really the one who's gonna try to get you to the marker, make a perception or survival. We're gonna go survival.
So possible during that rest, I've fed another scroll to Velite.
Okay. There's no roll involved in that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So with the occasional minor correction in your direction, between Selene and Key in navigation, you guys actually make it all the way to another signpost. Which would leave you at... It's after midnight at this point. So it's getting cold. It's dark. You very nearly missed the signpost, but here's the problem. The signpost means the road turns, but the road is still covered up. It's not clear which way... Well, you know what? It's on the map. Whatever. I'll just say it was a 5 mile wide sandstorm. The road is back. You find the road north here.
Nailed it.
Also, I don't want to spend the next 6 years on exploration.
Welcome to Route 66. 20 episodes of trying to find the way through
lucky,
the desert.
lucky that there's an oasis in every 6-hour increment.
So, with you guys' permission, I'm going to sort of streamline the exploration at this point. Unless there's something you guys, like, RP-wise you really want to cover, go ahead now, but after that, I'd like to just sort of really quick just sort of glaze through that until something happens, or...
With,
Is that okay?
We said earlier, speedrun Route 66.
Can I try to make something in one of the rests? Probably the last one, when he was making fruit and stuff.
I mean, you could do that right now, if you want.
I want him to try making some taffy.
Taffy?
Do you have a formula for it?
A formula? No,
Yes,
I've made it previously.
Okay, so you do. If you've made it previously, then yes, you do have a formula for it. That's the recipe for it. Okay, and do you have supplies?
Sugar. I'm going to use some of the fruit that Key can provide.
Okay. Then yeah, this would be a crafting check.
Some salt. Yeah. Crafting. Okay.
Is that your way of saying we're likely going to get a
I'm going to re-roll
Destiny?
that. I'm going to rewrite Destiny right now.
Okay.
It's not Ash if you're spending these precious, rare, expendable points on nonsense. Here we go.
It's a mythical
So I just
taffy.
hit
So
re-roll
it and keep new. Well, wait a minute. Is there an option to re-roll?
Yeah, it's re-roll and keep new
Re-roll,
result.
Yes, that's what it would be, but you're going to add 21 to whatever you roll.
Plus 21! Hell yeah! Some good fucking taffy!
39.
Yeah, 39!
So you're really out here with like no tools, no real resources. You're so determined though, and you know what? You saw what Key did this afternoon. You listen to that little guiding voice. You sort of try to let go of whatever that tether is between you and reality and let destiny or what have you sort of guide you. You just sort
This
of
is
act
my taffy
now,
destiny.
and it's like your hands know what they're doing, and somehow even the wildest trick that you pull out of your sleeve just works out. It works out perfectly, from using the sun isn't up, so you can't use that to bake. Using a mirror and some firelight and
Marco's moustache.
Yeah, Marco's heat.
a little bit of Marco's mustache. Yeah, you I hate that this is how this is happening. You create taffy literally with nothing but a campfire and some oasis fruit.
Some new, like, shiny
I don't
leaves that you can use as
know enough
wrappers.
to describe how this is fucking possible. We just are gonna say you somehow do it, spitting in the face of all craftsmanship everywhere.
Sorry, it's
You don't know what cooking utensils Cora's got shoved up her sleeves?
yeah, all kinds.
Yeah, like some. Oh, here's some I prepared earlier. Lucky me.
Here's a spitchy
Yeah.
scratch.
What can I say? I had an urge to make taffy.
You are able to make like one box of taffy. Yeah.
Good.
That was a mythic point. That's
Worth it.
It'd
was
be hard
pretty
for me to
mythical music,
rationalize
though.
later, but okay. Yeah. Nice to see everything is normal with this party. Ashla, you're muted.
I would like to point out it's probably made with some sort of camel milk.
Which is supposed to be a little more savory, I've always heard.
It lasts longer than most other milks.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah,
that makes
'cause
sense.
no one ever wants to drink it.
So if it's in taffy, it'll be
Right.
great.
Not where I saw that going, but I loved it. Thank you.
I hated that so much.
That was
It's
good.
okay. At least, Blaze, you'll be pleased to know that Key's reputation with Medora has gone soaring up. You have finally proved yourself a useful guide.
But Key couldn't care less. Blaze is thrilled.
Oh, Koro's gonna give everybody in the
He's
group
like,
some to try,
ask.
by the way.
I presume it's coconut flavored.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually.
Probably, yeah.
It's
Excellent.
probably coconut, and yet somehow it's 30 goddamn nine.
Amazing.
It's so good. It is like the best taffy you've ever had. Nice to see you're all using your mythic powers responsibly.
Who'd have thought
I've
that
heard-
fresh taffy is the best
Can't
taffy?
he use his ability to recreate it indefinitely?
Yeah!
Infinite taffy!
I would argue that you can't subsist off of taffy.
Oh, did it say
I would
subsist?
agree.
Didn't it say you can you
It-
can take simple food and replicate it indefinitely or something? It seems to be
That's the
simple
flavor behind it. It does
oasis made of
specify
taffy.
it must be subsist. It has to be
Oh, okay,
subsist.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay,
And I still would have to pass the check to do it, regardless.
I see.
With
Come
mythic
on.
proficiency, I
Who needs
feel
mythic
like
points
I
anyway?
can test that. Okay. All right. So you guys enjoy some taffy. Anything anyone wants to do before we go into speed mode?
No.
Cool beans. Okay. 6 hours pass. It is daytime. You are on the road again. And on the road, what's our speed? It is...
4 hours per hex.
Is it? That doesn't sound
I
right.
think so.
Aw. Huh? Is it?
What we were doing previously.
Shit. No, it's not. It's 3 1/3 hour.
I
4
think
hours
we were
was in
doing.
the river valley. The road is. I think it. So I think what I was doing was rounding
Okay.
it to 3, so that way you can effectively go 2 hexes, then rest, then 2 more hexes. So you're moving 4 hexes per day.
Wow.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay. So come the morning. Actually, let's see. It is 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and say you take a little less time so we can get rid of so we can get rid of the 30 and just go on the hour. There. Setting out at 6 a.m. Following the road north, you reach another outpost or Sand Voyager's post, as well as the river valley.
Oh.
And the road seems to follow that, going west by southwest. So you continue following the road west by southwest until you come to another post that turns north, and you even go so far as to cross the river valley and reach another post on the other side of the river where the road turns west once more. All that in a single hex.
Damn.
Then we rest for 6 hours. Where's my 6 hour? I need a macro for just skipping 6 hours at a time. Nothing happens during... oh, wait, I didn't roll for the rest. That was travel. Okay. During the rest, there is a giant tortoise that sort of lumbers along following the river valley. Is there anything you want to do with that?
I would love to speak to him. Them.
Is this the same one?
That would be
See
a very
if it near
fast
the other
tortoise.
one.
Would I be
when
able
you
to?
come near it, it does like withdraw into its shell,
Ooh.
and you could just see its little eyes peering out.
Hey, could tortoises eat taffy?
Do I assume I would recognize if it was the same tortoise.
It is not the same tortoise.
Cool. It's okay, friend. You can speak to us. I say in turtle speak.
Because that's a thing you can do.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't know. You could eat me.
I don't think I'd get through your shell, friend. But do we have any leftover fruit from the subsistence?
I have some taffy.
You would not. You would
Okay.
not.
Wanna give him
'cause
some
it's a- you
taffy?
only had enough.
Yeah, I'm going to take some taffy. Just like we've got some food here. If you're hungry though.
My understanding of turtles and tortoises is they will eat pretty much anything. When you prefer it, like the head sort of comes out of the shell a little bit. It'll very meticulously, like deliberately take a bite out of the taffy, chew for about 3.5 minutes, and then finish the taffy.
Yeah.
And then pull its head back into the shell. Thanks. You.
Hey, did he like it? Did he like it, Key? Did he like it?
Don't have any more of that. Do you?
Cora, do we have any more?
Oh, did he liked it? Here, give him another piece.
People usually don't ask for more if they don't.
I'm
Save the rest,
gonna
though.
come back out. So don't eat me.
You have my word as a reptile.
Okay.
You had my word as a fellow reptile. I will not eat you.
Now, see,
What's
the
a
DM
reptile?
knows that's not a very locked-in promise, but yeah. Okay. I feel like most reptiles would say that and then eat him. Like I'll do that later. Yeah, he comes back out. He'll eat more. He'll stay out a little longer this time. Kind of giving the side eye to the whole group. Looks pretty hungry to me. Yes.
I spent all of yesterday eating coconuts. I'm good.
He was making his way to that oasis. He's
Say-
gonna discover everything's gone.
You don't have any beets, do you?
Kind of like look around to everyone else and just like, beets? Anyone?
Beets.
Would Key even know what a beet is?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
You can see those in desert or in arid settings sometimes.
I'll take your word for that.
Or
Not the beat.
anything useful.
Like, sorry, buddy. No beets.
Shame. Well, see you later then.
Hang on, before you go.
And it's just gonna start. Oh,
He's not going very fast.
You must have come from somewhere. Have you come from water?
yep.
Yep.
Which way was it? We're trying to find some big water, large water, big pond.
Big for whom?
Us.
It just gives you the longest look. No. Be seeing ya. And he's gonna get going again.
Well, he goes.
These are always a treat. I like this. I hope I roll more of those.
I like we're trying
Honestly-
to speed run and we found the slowest creature in existence.
Honestly, I thought he was going to be like, I know where water is, follow me. And then move off at like the slowest
Travel
pace.
speed is reduced
Like,
to
That'll be the next
X's
one.
a day.
Next one.
Great.
I think we would just
Uh,
pick him
okay.
up and then.
Point us the right way.
So that was during your rest. And then it's. Wait, did I skip ahead? Yeah. No. This says it's noon. So I got to now advance 6 hours. Okay. There we go. that wraps up your rest, and off we go. Going once again. Hello?
Hi.
Going northwest. Also continuing to follow the river valley to another signpost, which sort of marks a bend. And before you know it, you are moving away from the river valley. Unless you want to continue following the river valley, where it would be slower. That's the 4 hours per.
Follow
I think-
the. Oh, I guess
The
river
trail?
is where we want.
Is it? Is Musaki by the river or by the trail?
Did you
Etinet
know it's-
Mascaroon.
Yeah.
I mean,
From what you've
surely it's
heard,
by the
neither.
river.
Oh.
It's got to be near a river, otherwise there would be no water.
It's in the sky.
Okay, well, there's
Looks
clouds
up, perception
there.
check.
Yeah, can I check
Looking
out?
up, you
Smell it at Mascaroon! Right there!
there's the sun. There it is.
I'm just saying I haven't
No, you don't
followed
see a
a
floating island.
I haven't followed a river or a path into the sky before, so I don't know if the same rules count.
Well, you've got technically this is rest time, so you can deliberate. Yeah, it's about midnight now as you start resting, so you can talk about what you want to do. Just tell me which way you want to go. Come the morning. It's morning. Which way do you want to go?
I mean, shouldn't we follow the trail just because?
I assumed we'd follow the river.
Well, those
You-
travelers seem to know it was on the way, and they presumably would follow the trail. But that is a lot of presumption
Did you
without
have
any
any, like,
knowledge.
bedtime stories when you were a child? You know when people tell you like myths and legends? Surely there must have been some sort of bedtime story about this legendary sky city in the Sky Sea. Also, how do you guys have a word for sea?
Sandsea?
Yeah, but why sea?
Because there's a lot of it.
That's not what it means, but sure.
Can I use my cartography lore to like figure out if I know this road generally to Aurelia? They said it leads. Like if there would be anything to, because like if there is a ruined city past a road, then I presume somebody would know about that kind of thing.
Okay.
If they travel.
Yeah, you can do cartography lore.
Yay!
Actually, I didn't think it'd be that high of a DC because really you're checking the Sand Voyagers trail to see what you know.
Wait, which lore?
It's
Recall knowledge.
lore.
Yeah.
And it's exactly.
Oh yeah, cartography law is already selected. Yes. Ooh, and I get my stylish combatant bonus now because this is or maybe not. I don't know. Hang on. Is this have anything to do with bravado?
I don't think so.
Because
you're talking about continuous flare.
Yeah, but if I read the original thing where it comes from, it says bravado related stuff in combat. So I don't know if this just applies to every single skill check.
I see. So no. So that's things like balancing while crossing a log or stuff like that.
Okay.
So it'll still be very physical.
Okay.
Okay. So you're actually positive that the Sand Voyagers Trail does not pass such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a well-known trade route. You know, though, that the part you guys are coming up to, in fact, you rolled so well, you know that it's going to go northeast for a good long time, for a few days, before turning north, slowly inching northwest, and then straight west, and then north again. Almost like it's going around something.
Ew. Okay, I'll share that with the group and tell them that, like,
But
I've
you
been to
also
Aurelia
know-
before. Nobody ever mentioned any ruined city on the way.
You also know that about 80% of the road, as it continues, follows the Athos River Valley too. So you don't really think either of them is likely to go up to this point. Assuming that it's somewhere in the space that the road goes around.
So as in, like, the river and the road are, like, avoiding some area and then returning to join up again, or?
Seemingly, yeah.
I mean, the river would be
Like
on
basically,
the map.
from where you're at, picture a backwards C. That's kind of what it does
Okay.
from where you're at. It's going to curve like all the way around and then go north.
And the river
Way
just
rivers
meets it
work.
at the top.
The river.
No, the river follows about 80% of that. Marco,
The
you
river-
either rolled so
Wait.
badly or
Oh.
so well that you know that the river,
I
or
see.
you think that you either know or you think that the river goes north for another, like, maybe 20 miles or so before just turning straight east and then following the Sand Voyagers Trail again.
Oh, I see. So, I mean, then we might as I don't know. Might as well
I
follow the
wonder what
river
they
then
said.
if it turns back up, but we'll just be slower.
They said you get to a point where you are on top of a cliff, right? You're looking across the sky sea and it's clouds below you. Right? I'm remembering that right.
That is what the element told you.
But we need to
And
get as high as
rivers
possible.
flow downhill. And I think every city needs water. So maybe if the city is low, we could follow the river.
Okay, let's follow the river then.
And look for some cliffs.
Okay.
And maybe look for, like, little offshoots.
All right. So you guys rest on it. And in the morning, following the river. Oh, the math's going to get weird. I think what I'm going to
That's
do is
your
go
problem.
1.5 per. Because you should be going 3 hexes per day. Just 1.5 each, basically. Okay. So you set out in the morning, going north following the river valley instead of the Sand Voyagers Trail. There's 1.5.
Oh, nice.
There is nothing but rolling, trackless sand dunes to the east and west of you. However, Cellini reports that another day or two north, it looks like there might be some mountainous terrain, or at least broken hills.
Okay.
Mountains sound good for sky islands, don't they?
Or at least the closest to get to one.
Yeah. Give us a good view, if nothing else.
For your... Okay. Nothing, no real encounters during the afternoon. And then you set out once more. This time for your evening travel, another 1.5. Following the river valley, it is already beginning to turn west.
Wait,
as
that's east.
promised. East. Just
That's
kidding.
how I
I
said.
know east and west.
East
Just
doesn't
testing.
east.
Just testing.
What the fuck?
The compass definitely says E.
Your other east, yeah. Yeah. Just testing.
Mm-hmm.
And from here, you actually can see, there are some broken, blasted hills north. You should reach them, well, if the river valley went that far, you'd reach them tomorrow. Unfortunately, since the river is turning, you'd have to chance the dunes if you want to move in that direction.
I vote we keep following the river for now. Rather than chance uncharted.
Until it
least the
hits its
river
closest
valley-
point.
Yeah.
Or it
at
looks
least
like
the
it's
river
going
valley,
to
in
start
theory,
moving
is going
away.
to be a solid base to it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We are very good at finding thinking sand.
It's true.
And I'm not sure
Okay.
how many of us Cora can keep rescuing. You're very fast.
I can keep rescuing forever.
Yeah, you're very fast, but we're very good at sinking.
I'm very happy.
And you guys said you have a campfire, right?
Usually.
Yeah, in the tent,
Okay.
isn't it? Or the edge
Yeah.
of the tent to keep it warm.
Although I don't know that we've been monitoring how much wood we use
Well-
and have been carrying, etc.
We just got
During
to
the night, since the campfire is only on the inside, you do have some problems.
Ooh.
There are the shadows of things climbing on the tent and just sort of lurking there through the night. Enormous, desert jackass-sized spiders.
Oh, we'll just keep it sealed up.
Not
Sealed
a
up
good night
tight.
to go out. Hold it till morning if you gotta go.
Marco, let's go practice the
Um,
whip on those spiders.
It
Do they eat the
does
jackasses
set
at
you
least?
back.
At
No,
least.
those sleep in the tent. Those insist on sleeping in the tent with you.
And I let them.
It does set you back a little because instead of setting out before the sun rises, you have to wait till the sun rises and then they sort of skitter away to go hide underground. But not a big problem. Not for big, brave heroes like you.
Like 50 feet
Yeah.
after we conversed, like
We're mythic.
go back to
Hide from
traveling, they
spiders.
jump out of their little holes that they were in and attack us.
So what's you said you're going to continue following the river valley for now, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As you follow the river valley in the morning, you come upon something. Tracks.
Of.
You find tracks that look like a single line in the sand. Like something was cutting through the sand.
Like a glider.
Could be. That just goes straight north here.
Where did it start?
From the river valley.
Is it like a perfectly straight line, or is it like a snake might have wiggled, or
Yeah.
like what kind of?
A midpoint between the two. Like it doesn't zigzag. It's not perfectly straight. Like there's some adjustments,
Yeah. Okay.
but like
Can
more or less straight.
A sand
I do recall knowledge to check what if I would know what could have caused this kind of tracks?
Do you have a relevant skill or a lore?
I
I
have
see.
desert lore.
That should work, right?
Yeah, that'll work. Just you took desert lore.
I took
Look at
desert
you!
lore.
I'm so proud of you!
Oh,
Look
you
at
see
you!
how
You're
many-
finally a useful guide.
look how many
Immediately
episodes it
leaves the
took.
desert.
That's why I said to play something.
when you lied on your resume and still get the job, and then you get credit.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm trying to do the skill action check. Desert lore doesn't show up in there.
No, it'll be under lore, just straight lore.
Oh yeah, recall knowledge. Yeah, there we go. Desert lore.
Oh yeah. Funny enough, this is not actually from a sand runner. You suspect that this is a more obsolete thing. In fact, you were always under the impression they weren't real; they were just stories. This is from something called a cloud skate, like a boat, a sailboat that runs on sand. They were supposed to have been used hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. Like I said, you really never had reason to believe they were real. But the way like there's a faint mess of sand on either side of the line makes it less like an ice skate cutting through the sand and more like the what do you call it? The bottom of a ship. There's a term for it. The low
bow.
The bottom.
Keel? Is it keel?
I think it's the keel. I think that's it.
I did look this up like 5 years ago.
Medora should know.
We're gonna make a boat.
Much bigger than a cloud or than a sand skiff.
Oh no, the keel
Those
is
are like 1 to 2 person vehicles. This is more like a 6 to 15 kind of vehicle.
I'll share the information.
Well, I vote that way. A cloudscape? Sounds like something for a sky sea.
also ancient history.
I mean, we might never come back here again. Kind of like to go and have a look.
Even then,
Yeah.
surely
So northward?
Surely they'd be heading to some kind of outpost town civilization.
And maybe they'll let us ride it.
Or if we steal it, we'll be faster anyways.
We're not gonna steal it.
You're not
No.
gonna steal it for sure.
Not unless we
We're
need
just
to.
going to look at Mark and be like, no, we're not going to steal it. How could you?
Go steal it.
Well, going northward, that is going to drastically slow you down. So much so that you now would basically you have to take your rest essentially already, because the trackless sands. It just feels like there's no progress. at
Wait,
all.
but isn't there a giant track of a sky boat?
It's still only a few inches wide.
Stay in
Like,
it.
You're still, yeah. If you were all playing Pixies, we might have a different conversation about this. But
I think we'd have
Good
big
thing we all
problems.
took a new archetype for the level.
That would be a stretch for an update.
yeah, I think not.
You're all mythic, but you're only 3 inches tall.
This whole adventure has been taking place in like a little, playground sandbox.
Toy box.
Yeah.
Wow.
You rest through the afternoon. As usual, at 6 p.m., you set out once more. And over the next 6 hours, you make it exactly 1 hex.
No.
Now, here's the bad news. As you hit the stroke of midnight, is that right? That's not right. As you hit the stroke of midnight, you have reached the blasted hills. Baked stone, low, craggy hills, just jutting upward at all manner of weird angles, casting tortured shadows this way and that. Even more oppressive than the sand dunes, you take it. Now, the cloud skate, if that's what it is, did go this way. There does seem to be something of a path through these broken hills, but it will slow you down even further.
Oh. So this was gonna be easier if it's like.
Yeah, but we gotta go, right?
Oh wait, low blasted hills is still 6 hours per. What the fuck? No, it won't slow you down more. It's just
Oh,
Slow us down
Just a
exactly
different
the same
type of
amount.
tedious, Because it's not sand anymore. It's now maybe weird to navigate or something.
Well, I mean, if it still counts as desert, then we ignore the difficult terrain anyway.
But you need blasted hills to load for this one.
so. These are drastically slower on foot, but mounted, they're the same. I see. Okay, good thing you got that extra food for your mounts. Okay.
Are we taking a rest then?
Yes. Yeah. You reached it at the end of the day's travel. At about
I would like to
midnight.
do something. If it's
Go
not. Are the jackasses, do they kind of follow me around?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's all on you.
A3, can I borrow a shield?
I mean,
Just for a little bit.
What kind of
Like a round circular one.
a round circular shield? Honestly, I think I've only got 2. Let me check. I definitely have at least 1 spare.
This is so important.
I figured
see.
it would be. Yeah.
I can borrow it?
Yes. Have a magnetic shield.
Oh.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Okay, bye. I run outside with the donkeys.
Whack them with the shield.
Okay.
I'm gonna make use some rope and make like affix them all together, and I'm gonna start training them to pull me around on the shield. Shall I roll an animal handling check?
This would be nature, yes, to try to like train them. It may take a couple days to get it right.
Hit 3 cries in damaged equipment.
$19.
Okay. You're not.
Is that a pretty good roll?
There yet. I mean, you saw what you rolled on the die. Average
Shall I use
DC
a mythic
for
point?
level 11. Average DC for level 11 is 28.
I'll use a mythic point to reroll. Nice. Plus 21 to that.
Plus 21.
So 40. Thank you.
Oh, the trouble you've caused.
Chorus.
I want them to. I want them to be useful, so Marco doesn't
They
kill
are
them.
stubborn. They're stubborn at first, and Cora, like, partway through the evening, is like, "No, listen, guys, I'm doing this for you. This isn't for me. This is for you.
It's for both of us.
Gotta believe in yourself." Like, she motivates them and like spiritually reaches out. So much so that, like, it transcends the barriers of language and even sentience. They don't want to do this, but they will do anything for Cora.
Key,
and by
Anthony!
morning, Cora has a huge chariot.
Yeah. I'm just going
There's
around on the
something
sand.
just-
Whee!
Mythically compelling about Cora.
Well, that's always been the case, to be fair.
Say, premonition for next week, that guy's going to turn up and take these powers away again.
He's just watching like, God damn it. You fucking...
No, he's going to turn up and be like...
Forgive me, Cora.
No, he's going to be like, no, you've made these jackasses mythic. I need to put them on an adventure now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the prophecy for one monk and her 3 jackasses. Key, Marco, and that dog.
I was going to say now she has... Damn it. You beat me to
Okay,
it.
if these 3 can do it, surely the other 3 can do it too, so...
Damn it. By morning...
Imagine Calitharius' surprise when we ride in on jackasses.
Yeah!
The last minute of the rest will be spent with Ithri repairing the shield.
While humming the Ride of the Valkyrie.
I swear to God, if that ends up happening with Cora on a goddamn jackass propelled shield. Anyway, it's
Probably
dawn.
old enough to be out of copyright, right?
Oh, it is. Ride of the Valkyrie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing assails you during the night, and so
Perfect.
You've no choice but to press forward into the Broken Hills. And while that is going to take you pretty much right up until noon to get here, as you're maneuvering through these Broken Hills, you reach a high-rise from which you look out, and in the distance to the north, to the limits of your sight, the air shimmers strangely. The sand dunes flatten and look almost blue. Stranger still, the horizon is gone, and the sky ahead has become one with the desert. The entire, yeah, that. And while this may raise some discussion during your rest, since this is resting phase, you do notice that as the sun goes further and further in the sky. A second sun appears in the missing horizon ahead, which has gone from blue to purple and orange with the sky. And that's where we're going to take a rest. A rest? A break. Yeah, that.
What the heck? A rest of sorts.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, so chat, we're going to go get some snacks, water, stretchies. I would encourage you to do the same, and we'll be back in just a short while, and we're going to see what the hell is going on with that second sun and the sky.
The sky ground.
See you soon. So... Oh, right, I got to skip ahead 12 hours, because... So we've sort of reached this point. You are camping in a high place in these blasted hills, and to the north, you see the land give way to the sky. And as the sun moves through the sky and begins to set, a second sun appears.
Okay.
Does it move towards the other sun?
Is it obviously like a reflection, or is it?
Could be. I wouldn't. Obvious is never a word I would use.
We need to go upside
Is it a reflection?
down.
You can't rule it out. It could be a reflection.
Okay, is that normal? You know star stuff. I presume that's one of them that you know about.
That's not normal to me. Is this a phenomenon? Phenomenon?
Absolutely not.
Excellent.
No, absolutely not.
Look, you lost a moon and gained a sun.
That's not how it works.
I'm gonna do a handstand and see if a shift in perspective changes anything for myself. Just for fun.
Not really.
Still looks
Now
the
you see
same.
two suns,
Upside
an
down.
orange and purple sky, and it's upside down. Yeah.
I
But the
got
sun's the
nothing.
same color.
Yes.
Okay.
Same size?
Yes.
Well, I think it's that way.
Which you say that way? Are you pointing towards the edge of a cliff?
Towards the suns.
Towards the
Okay.
suns.
Wait,
I'll
okay.
go
Hang
that
on.
way. Wait.
Question. Because like we were going north, so the sun is not setting in the north, is it? Is it?
It is
Are
not.
you telling?
No,
okay.
it isn't.
Is it setting where it's supposed to set in the
Yes.
west? So we're like kind of
Yes.
like looking this way, and this way would be a path, like the skim, the rift thing for the
path
sand.
goes right, exactly. Yeah. The path goes straight north, and the
Into the
land
sky.
ends, and the sky begins also north.
Okay.
Going that way.
How far from the land ending are we at this point?
Just another couple of dunes.
Okay.
Still hot.
That's-
Still lots of turns out distortion on
No,
distance.
no,
I suppose
it was
you
more
could do
like we're
survival.
not at the edge of a cliff, are we? Is more why I was
No,
asking.
no,
I'm going
no.
that way. One way.
Yeah.
There are definitely sand dunes beyond these broken mountains. The sand dunes just
Okay.
melt into the sky eventually.
Cool. Let's keep
It's
going
like
on.
the edge of the world. Okay. And then the sun sets.
Into itself.
And as you continue north,
Hang on. I just need to check. Both suns.
the suns move closer and closer to each other until they become one, and then grow smaller
Okay.
and smaller, disappearing into the night.
Excellent.
And you guys proceed. Another 6 hours brings you further north. What's this? Okay. Yep. That's about where you get to. as of now, it's rest time. You continue out of the hills, back into the trackless, never-ending dunes. You can no longer clearly make out the sky ahead. Well, you probably can from the tops of dunes, but, you know. I imagine you guys are trying to weave through the dunes instead of up and down, given...
That would probably be easier.
I mean, whatever the track does, I'm guessing, but...
Oh, that's right. You're following a track. That
Yeah.
is what it does. Yes. Forgot about that. My bad. And then you rest. One more 12-hour. 6 a.m. Pressing forward. As you moved. Oh yeah, you're there. We'll talk about that in a second. First, though, as you ride onward, let me just swap to some daytime music because it's getting pretty warm out here, you know, as it does. You do notice some little almost like what do you call those? Like meerkats or gophers just popping up out of the ground, looking at you.
Ah!
One of them sort of chitters, little hands looking at you. So cute, just off the path.
No, Cora.
Puts her taffy away.
It starts making like a whining. Oh.
I mean, if you want to
Really-
lure them over here, fine, but I'm not stepping off the path for them.
And it like disappears back underground and then comes back holding like a little walnut and chittering.
Oh!
Where does it go a walnut from?
I don't know. Can I go ask it?
Correct, to Desert Lore, it's like some kind of mimic or something.
I mean, you're the only one, I think, of us that can escape the sand, so if it turns on us.
Try desert lore would be fine, or nature if you want to recall knowledge on them. Yeah, it's like it whines a little bit and then chitters and then like tosses the walnut up in the air and then catches it in its mouth and then with its tiny little hands takes it out and then looks at you for approval.
Oh, that was very good.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna desert lore recall knowledge. I need
Are
to
these
know
the
about
things
this
we
thing.
saw before that broke into our tent and tried to steal everything?
You know, now that you mention it,
No,
they do look
Cora.
familiar.
No, Cora. Even
Oh
though-
yeah. Key, you're like, those are pack rats. They'll usually have like a sentry who will distract to get everyone's attention, and once everyone's focused, the swarm will come and try to rob you of everything you can't nail down.
Man.
Right, I have 2 follow-up questions.
Starts nailing.
Yep.
Sorry.
One, does the pack rat count as an enemy?
It can.
And
Declare
2,
war on the pack rats.
I know it's blind, but I do need to know whether it was a critical success or not.
That is a valid question. That was desert lore?
Yes.
Yes, that is a critical success.
I will have a mythic point.
You know these to be actually not just pack rats, they're actually a form of pugwampi.
Ooh.
Which is to say that an aura of horrific bad luck follows them.
I mean, as far as I
And-
just needed to know for the sake of I get a mythic point back.
Oh,
Oh, because
You
you use
do.
the lore as a sage, huh?
Yeah.
because Sage. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
You regain a mythic point. Nice. But yeah, it is likely that if all of you put your attention to this thing, the rest of the pack will probably burst out of hiding and try to rob you. But you also know that if you get into a fight with them, it will likely be both demeaning and humiliating for you with their aura of bad luck.
Yeah, I do not like those words. Mako is already writing towards.
Just keep your eyes out for the others. This one's trying to keep us busy. Look for the
Yes,
ones
we
that are
Doing a
trying to
good
steal.
job. What a good job he's doing.
Do you know what? This is great. Cora, you keep your eye on this one. We'll all keep our eyes out for the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah, as it turns out, ignoring them is the correct answer. It follows you for maybe like a quarter of a mile, trying to keep your attention, and then eventually just gives up and leaves you alone.
Oh.
Can I just try and see whether Cora is dropping any food at this? Like a trail of taffy going out the back of the camel train.
Cora? Are you?
What? Maybe? Maybe I threw it one piece of taffy.
Okay.
Poison taffy.
Funny enough, I mean, it examined the taffy, but didn't seem super interested.
What an asshole! I'd leave.
Yeah. That's a shame. As you continue...
Wait, the next
you
group
can
of
see the
adventurers
sky
is
ahead.
juggling taffy, though. It's like, is that taffy? Does that rat have taffy? And everybody's looking at that, they get jumped.
Whoops.
As you press forward, something strange comes into view.
Stranger than that.
A metallic platform juts skyward, half buried in the sands of the shoreline ahead. A few feet away, a tall metal pole... I guess I should probably talk about the shoreline before I get into that, shouldn't I?
Probably.
Let's see. Where would I go to... Where's that? All these journals are so scattered everywhere. I am so sorry. Ah, yes. There we go. Ahead. I forgot to place this. The ground seems to drop away into a deep sky. To your left and right, a shoreline of sand dunes is formed as the world abruptly ends, hanging in the desert sky ahead. Land's End extends to the limits of your sight in both directions. Only upon close inspection, as you draw right up to the edge of the world, is the truth revealed. A huge ocean, its surface glassy smooth, lies ahead, mirroring the dunes of the shore and the clouds above. No opposite shore can be seen through the shimmering haze, only the sky and the clouds below merging into those above in the distance. And as you get closer to the shoreline, the air becomes very dry and so hot that it's painful to breathe. At a great distance, north, you can just make out a dark island, seemingly afloat in the sky. And now I'll mention that a strange metallic platform juts skyward, half buried in the sands of the shoreline. A few feet away, a tall metal pole also pokes out of the sand. There's a crosspiece wrapped in bundles of woven bronze attached to the pole. The slanting platform has a pair of large gleaming blades mounted under it. There is a long, thin blade hanging in the air on the side of the platform.
What? A blade?
Mm-hmm.
Like a sword? What do you mean?
Is that like a boat?
Yeah, more like that. But buried in sand.
I run and start digging.
With
I'm
your
an
hand?
archaeologist, let me through.
Okay.
Shovel, like I think I actually prescient planner gave a shovel to someone. Or am I imagining?
Let me check.
I feel like someone has a shovel.
I think I used
do
prescient
remember
planner
that.
at some point to get a shovel because I think we had to dig.
Oh, was that maybe in the
It was pre-Marco. It was when we were in the Spider
okay.
Temple, wasn't it? Didn't I get Ithri a shovel so that he could bury the spiders alive? Or did you just use a shield?
I wedged that shut with a shield. I don't have a shovel in my inventory, so
Maybe I didn't.
Neither does Selene.
In which case,
Is
I guess prescient planner time.
I mean,
is this skull I have hollow?
Which skull?
the skull of Gareth? Is it
Which
hollow
skull?
on the
How
inside?
is she carrying?
Well,
Yes.
Well, there was Steve,
I could use that as a
John,
shovel.
Myrtle.
Scoop. Scoop.
Oh, and
Well,
this
it'll
long
mostly
ass
just
named
flow
dude.
right through all the holes in the skull if you tried that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Dang it.
Oh, A3. Forgot. I have this, and I'm just gonna pull out a shovel.
I guess I'm digging then, am I? Okay.
Marco
I-
will advise you where to dig.
Supervise.
I mean, I'll assist, but I've only got my claws, so I'm just kind of like,
You come
I'll
from
dig
a
with my
place of
fucking
boats,
hands.
though, right, A3? Between you and I, this is probably our task, right?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've never dug one out. I've never had to put one into the water before, but I'm
Put it
sure
this
we
way.
can figure it out.
You're a hell of a lot stronger than I am.
Wait, couldn't you just gust of wind all the sand off it? Looks at Key.
Ithri's already digging.
Midora's gonna look at the sail and be like, if Key Gust of wins this, are we just gonna lose the boat as well as
We'll
it?
just hang on to it as it goes. Okay. Guess we'll just dig.
I leave Marco digging with his
alright.
hands, though, just for fun. I gave
Dig,
Ithri the
dig
shovel.
a hole, digging a hole.
Grab this to draw. Beautiful.
Marco
Okay,
definitely looks very busy digging, but if you keep watching him, he's not actually digging. He's just looking busy.
He's
No,
just occasionally
Marco!
grabbing a handful and just
Marco, you gotta dig like this! Like this!
elbows. Get your
You're
elbows.
not, you're not being very effective.
Bend the knees, not the back.
Make a cup and bring it this way. Like
Like
this.
this?
The
Like
jackasses,
this.
would they like, if we wedged the shield in, would the jackasses pull the shield?
I don't think that would be effective.
I mean, they love you.
Oh,
That's a good idea, though. Ithri, can I use your shield again
I see.
as a shovel?
Sure.
So, working together, with and without tools, it'll take you a little over 2 hours and 10 minutes to dig this thing out. 1, 2.
Very specific.
It's randomly rolled.
Ithri
In this
Ithri
time,
will,
of course, there are
after about
random
3
encounters.
minutes, Ithri's going to take his armor off. And then
Yeah,
carry
it
on.
is in the hot part of the day because
Yep.
it was noon when you found this, and also it is much hotter here. The closer to the shore you get, the hotter it is. Like getting in the face of a forge. Now, Ithri, fortunately, you're more or less prepared for that,
Yeah.
but
Is the, like, testing the water, is the water hot?
There is no water.
testing
There's
it, you
a
find
body
it's
of-
not water at all. It's glass.
Oh.
Oh. This water's solid.
Perfectly flat,
Oh.
worn down by the winds and sand.
It's too hot for ice as well.
So, examining it, the top surface is scratched and scarred. The sea itself is brilliantly reflective, mirroring the sky above. And the air above its surface shimmers in the heat coming off of it. Anyone who knows anything about 8th grade science projects probably knows that putting a mirror under the open sun, you've made an oven. A really hot one.
As the boat is finally dug out, I cast Cozy Cabin so that everyone can then rest in a nice, cool.
Okay. You do notice, by the way, in digging out we'll call it a cloud skate, the cloud skate's hull doesn't seem to be as hot. Almost like it's soaking in the heat and absorbing it.
So does anybody know how to drive one of these? I guess it's all up to me then.
They haven't existed for thousands of years, according to Key.
I barely know of these things.
Yeah.
Haskell,
I can try and figure it out.
Roll as an ex-pirate who doesn't have sailing lore.
You don't have sail lore. Well, I was going to say that would be sailing lore.
Because...
Roll deception to make us think you do.
Okay.
You know what though? I actually have a character sheet for cloud skates as a vehicle.
Oh.
I just got to find where the heck it is.
How many weapons does it have?
You're not going to like the answer to that.
6 cannons either side.
So they're all facing inwards.
I mean, if it has weapons, then I'm gonna be scared we're gonna be fighting something. If it doesn't have any, then, you just run.
I'm going to just give the party ownership of a cloud skate.
Yay.
You all own your very own cloud skate since you dug it up.
Will the camels fit on it?
Wait, like you put it into our inventory? No.
No, it's a character sheet.
Oh, is it a...
It's with the actors.
Now?
It requires 1 pilot and 3 crew, and can hold up to 6 passengers, but probably will not fit any large creatures. You could fit the desert jackasses, but not much else.
We can't. Sorry, unfortunately we cannot.
Why do you hate cute things?
I feel like Marco's going to tip them overboard even if they...
I was not looking, just whoops.
Whoops!
Put it this way, it can fit a total of 10 medium-sized creatures, including the 4 who are crewing.
So what do I roll to know how to sail it?
Piloting this is Arcana, Crafting, Nature, or Piloting lore.
Do we want to do... Shall Ithri roll a craft to see if he can pilot it, or is it just a once you get going?
That's just it. So those are the skills. Like there's no it's not a binary yes or no. You can pilot it. It's just you'll figure it out using those skills, or you won't, and you'll crash.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's nothing to crash into. We'll be fine.
Figure it out as we go, or you want us to start rolling now?
No, those are the checks you will make when you attempt to pilot it.
Okay.
We got
There's
this,
no
right?
safety roll to see if you can pilot it beforehand. Unfortunately. It's sort of up to you to determine if your character is sufficiently So, if Medora, you have good Arcana, right?
And also,
so
looking at this,
you're we'll use Ithri with crafting. Looking at it, you're yeah, okay, that's that. Yeah, I know how this works. I get it. I understand.
I feel like Ithri and I
More
probably could stand next to it and be okay, well, it's not a boat, but that's what it would be if it was a boat.
Yeah.
You also, for
you look
reference,
at it from crafting, I'll look at it from magic.
It is 15 feet wide and 30 feet long.
So we can't bring the camels, is what I'm understanding, right?
You could bring 1 camel, which would count as 4 passengers.
I think we just...
A single camel would count as 4. Shit.
I think we're just 7 free. Yep.
But
What's the sail made of?
Camel to carry everything, including the tents. And
True.
we could leave the jackasses behind.
No, they'd be devastated.
Zuzu could fly and carry equipment.
I don't know if that would be safe, because isn't the way this is going to work is the heat from the glass is going to make us rise up? Because this thing absorbs the heat, and it's going to...
I don't know that we're going to rise up. I think we're just going to skate across.
Don't we need to get
grilled by the giant mirror we're going to fly over? Not that I mind him being barbecued, but...
Good point. Maybe Pazuzu stays here.
I just saved Pazuzu's fucking life.
Pazuzu is the
I don't
one
think Pazuzu is live. Fine.
I feel like Pazuzu's going to make their own decision anyway.
Yeah.
That could be a problem, because that would mean that Pazuzu is straight up not present for the entirety of...
Also, Pazuzu
You
would be left
getting
with
on
our
that boat
camels,
and going
so
out
if we
there.
came back, the camels are dead.
That we need to leave the jackasses to guard the camels. They're their friends, right?
I don't think we can leave Pazuzu because the camels will get eaten. That's Pazuzu.
I think we just have to load everything up on the boat and...
Cora, can you convince
these
the
guys the
jackasses
feed.
that they need to guard the camels? Be like, we really need you to be guard camels. We can even leave them a tent because we don't need both tents if we haven't got the camels, right?
Okay, guys, I got a big job for you. Can you keep these camels safe?
Tell them they're family.
They're like your little brothers and sisters.
A nature check. If you fucking Fast and Furious these jackasses, I swear to God.
I have one mythic point left.
That's right.
This should be a nature check.
Command an animal nature.
Yup. That's exactly the one.
I'll use my last mythic point to reroll and keep the
that might be
results.
happening. Oh, I mean, you rolled worse, but plus 21.
So plus
the
21
result is better. Yeah, so 26. The DC is 28. They're unwilling to leave you.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I tried.
Someone put Cora on the
It's
ship.
not a critical failure anymore, though. So that did matter.
Unfortunately, I think if they try
It takes some other action. Like what? It gets on the boat and doesn't move.
Well, then
Starts trying to kill the camels by lashing.
I'll kill him!
If you leave me on this fucking island, I will kill all the camels.
Yeah, they're unwilling to be parted from you, though.
Okay, sorry, I can't.
Guess we just gotta leave Cora back here. Eh?
Wait, I've got an idea.
Okay, I'll be here.
Cora, come and just stand in the cozy cabin with me.
Okay. I go in the cabin.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, there is no cabin on the boat. Oh, you mean
No.
right? You're conjuring.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I got it.
So we're leaving one tent with all the camels for shelter, right? And Cora and I, we're just gonna stay in this cozy cabin. And then I'm gonna cast message to Ithri and be like, I think we need to get the boat going. Get everyone on the boat. I'm gonna convince Cora to run, and then I'll join you. I don't think we've got any other way of doing this. And I don't want to leave Cora here.
A3 will carry on doing what he was doing because Modora's just sat in a cozy cabin. Just prepping a boat. Because Medora can't leave a cozy cabin.
Medora, why are we in here?
So I thought that maybe if you can't leave the camels and the jackasses, maybe we just make this place homely because we're gonna have to stay here. And then I'm gonna look at Cora and cast message. And go, right, okay, I know you like them, but we can't take them with us.
Why?
Because they won't fit on the boat, and unless you're gonna stay here,
Are you sure they won't fit on the boat?
they won't fit on the boat.
Are
Ithri
you
and
sure?
I
We haven't
have
tried
measured.
yet.
We have looked by eye, and I think it's them or Pazuzu, but if you want the rest of the camels to still be alive, we can't leave Pazuzu here.
This is like those riddles with the fox and the sheep, and you have to move them across the
Also, how many jackasses are here?
3.
3, okay. Yeah, we can't take them with us, Cora.
They're gonna be devastated.
Look, some higher power has decided the size of this boat. And I think they did it on
No, that's
purpose
just
because they
the size
knew
of the
that
boat.
jackasses. But Cora, look,
You
You're
think
gonna
I can
have to
fit them
run.
in my sleeves?
we can try.
Can't breathe.
I will note, by the way, the jackasses are only medium-sized. You could fit all 3 and still have room for one more.
No, what do you
What
mean?
the
You
hell?
said, you said there's 10 in total, and Pazuzu is 4.
And there are 6 of you. Well,
There's 6 of us
Pazuzu's
plus
being left behind, I think.
No, Pazuzu is on the boat as the instead of the camel.
Pazuzu is on the boat so that so we don't take it away from Ava, who's not here. 2, so that it doesn't eat all the camels and the jackasses that we're going to leave behind.
He's the cargo.
He might not eat them. He might just do a fun killing. I'm not risking the.
Okay.
A3 can't message back, right?
No, but I would be looking out the window.
Okay.
Death stare.
This has all the energy of Miff just whispering, "Start the car."
I'm gonna hug the jackass.
No, this has all the energy of Miff saying, "Start the car," when it's buried in snow.
No, I helped you take the boat out first.
It's like 95%.
I know where you live. I'm coming to your house and I'm burying your car in the snow that I was promised.
I'm gonna tell the camels that this is just goodbye, and goodbye is not the end.
Anything. You're just gonna.
And in my heart is a memory, and there you'll always be.
I tell you what, Cora. I'll tell them, but you need to run out the door.
They're just gonna follow me.
You need to do your cool monk shit and sprint out that door. And I don't care if you do 8 cartwheels to get yourself on the boat. But we need to go.
Okay.
You guys know you could just tie them up, right?
A3, when she's coming.
Well, if we tie them up,
tying them up, they might die.
Yeah, that's kind of sucky.
No, I mean like tether them up.
No.
Yeah, but like I mean, they'll die because they can't move away from there and cannot find food and water and stuff, right? So.
What if the rock turns up?
What if the rock turns up?
I don't know that that's going to make much difference for them.
Askel, I am trying to convince Cora to leave right now.
Yeah, sorry. I'll stop stirring the pot. Yeah.
What if the rock turns up, Medora?
I didn't say that for the record.
Remember last time we tried to convince Cora to leave a temple crumbling under like a
jackasses, Cora. These jackasses have lived in the desert wild, and I really believe that they might help our camels survive. And if we need to come back, like, look at Dax. I would love to see Dax again. He's carried us through this whole desert. That's my camel, Nexa.
I'd like to see Jack again too. That's my camel, Nexer.
My camel's name is Monsieur Ali.
Camel Chameleon or whatever they were called.
My Chemical Romance.
That's the one. I really want to see My Chemical Romance again.
I am so mad right now.
My Camel Romance.
I miss Black Eyed Peas.
This is part of my persuasive speech, Askel. You told me to take Demigod.
While this is all happening, I'm just making sure the camel feed is laid out for the camels so they have something to eat.
Alright.
Does this boat have an anchor?
On that boat. I'm so sorry that I'm making you do stuff. I'll get you some mead and some roast chicken or something. I don't know. Can we go? Are you ready?
Does this boat have an... I can't respond. You're in a... You're just throwing words at me and there's nothing I can do with them.
How are you gonna get on the boat?
Does this boat have an anchor?
Okay.
That's a good question.
Because if not, there's just going to be a moment where Ithri's going to be like, "We're going!"
Well,
everyone's going to need to be aboard.
Show me your seat.
Isn't it like it will only go if you like open the sails, right? So as long as you don't like fully rig them into the wind, you can get them going. But as long as you don't turn them into the wind, it won't go, right?
I would presume yes, but also Ithri doesn't necessarily know exactly how to sail this. He's making it up as he goes along.
I literally think the heat is going to make us rise.
But I think it's going to make us hover.
We'll find out.
I think the blade thing is going to scrape over the glass, isn't it? That's why the sand also
has
our
steering. And then
is
the
it
heat is going to make
it does not have an anchor. It does not have an anchor. It does have a means of stopping, though.
Okay.
If we're holding on to the thing like...
Funny enough, it's remarkably similar to an engine.
Oh, nice.
Are you ready, Cora?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I would take them with us if we could. Possibly just to annoy Marco.
I feel like I owe Miff an apology for this one, but as you start to board the cloud skate, you can hear them yelling in protest.
No. Cora's not gone yet. Cora's going to dash as it goes. This is why Cora's got speed. This is my plan.
Well, then as Cora is running away, you can hear them yelling in protest, trying to like trot after Cora, but they're just not that fast.
They're stuck in a hut with me. I've got the door shut.
Oh, so you are in the...
That changes nothing. They're at the edge and they're still screaming and yelling. You can hear them all the way, Cora.
Providing that
they're braying
on the boat.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
The boat is still kind of tilted sideways. There's two settings: completely off and tilted sideways, or up and moving. There is no like idling the engine. It's either going or it's lying
that is
on
what
the ground.
I was. Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
So,
Cora's running at the boat for some reason.
Cora rushes out to the boat.
Are we going?
I don't believe anyone else was ready.
I'm happy to jump on the boat after dropping the camel's feet to him.
I didn't make this plan.
I presume that we loaded the boat with all of everything that's required, etc.
The desert jackasses are like struggling to get past Medora. They're very unhappy, yelling in protest.
Binder. I'm gonna get you guys to be a Disney pirate and look cool when we get going.
The rest of you guys are able to get on the cloud skate. It does take a minute. You guys are going to have to decide who is crew and who is passenger. One of you must be pilot. 3 of you must be crew in addition to the pilot.
Oh, do we have to do checks as crew?
When I get there, I'll take over if anyone wants me to.
I'll happily be crew. I'd be lying if I said I've never wanted to try one of these.
None of you have piloting lore, so crafting is probably the best or the easiest DC.
Unless you allow fashion.
The role would be the pilot. So whoever is the pilot will be the one rolling. It looks like.
I
also yes. Ifri should definitely pilot.
I'm too emotionally distressed. I'll just be a passenger.
Okay. And one other of you has to be a passenger.
You mean crew?
Do we make it?
No, I mean passenger.
Yeah.
Make Selene for today.
Wait. Yeah. Okay, but like she probably has better skills to roll though than me.
That doesn't matter.
So Selene does not have Arcana, Nature, or Piloting lore. She does. She does have crafting.
Yeah, I don't have crafting, so she got one up on me.
She'll crew.
Yeah, cool.
Marco, just do it till I get there. I'll be there in a second.
I'll be consoling Cora. Don't worry.
Okay.
They're crying.
All right, so you guys are sort of waiting. There's really nothing to do. Like you can't get the ship ready. It's either moving or not. It literally just comes down to whoever's driving is going to be like, all right, here we go. When everyone is on there, amidst the protesting donkeys, Medora, you suddenly rush out toward the ship. Is that correct?
I don't. No, I don't.
What are you doing?
How are you doing translocate.
Okay. You suddenly wink out.
Jackass appears on the ship.
And you can hear like baffled jackasses for a few seconds and then
disappears as soon as I do it as well.
Just them calling.
To go.
No.
Calling for Cora.
No.
And
I hear that.
Pilot,
Marco.
you want to go ahead and make your crafting check?
If we don't get off the ground, this is going to be
really bad, and they're never going to go back in that hut.
No.
Okay, that's enough.
Is it?
Well, you guys can see. Okay. You all have the character sheet. You can see the DC. Yeah.
Can we?
So how does this
DC
work?
22.
Let's see.
No, AC
the hull
22.
of the cloud skate absorbs the heat from the mirrored glass and converts it to energy converts its energy to a magical glowing force between the runners. This lifts the ship off the glass so that the runners barely touch the surface. The runners and the rudder are diamond studded to give purchase against the glass, like the edge of an ice skate blade on ice. In motion, the rudder cuts into the glass to steer the ship, overcoming the force exerted by the rudders. Runners, not rudder. Rudder and runners. By the runners, leaving sort of a light blade carving on glass sound. It's not grinding, it's like an ice skate. And you guys are moving. Now, it is 3 o'clock when you set out, and I believe your cloud skate has different speeds depending on the time of day.
Oh.
For now, until 6 o'clock, you have a speed of 40 feet. This does mean, by the way, that you guys forewent your rest at present. Unless you waited until 6 just to get started. Up to you.
I thought we rested in the cabin. Was that another point of the cabin? Am I missing something?
It was going to be the point, but...
we trapped some donkeys in there.
We abandoned the donkeys
Okay.
instead.
You reached the buried... You reached the buried cloud skate at noon. And it took 2 hours and 10 minutes to uncover.
Okay, yeah, let's carry on.
So if you guys want, you could wait till your usual time.
I feel like we'd have given everybody at least like an hour or two's rest. That was the point of me casting Cozy Cabin, was not for me. It was so that everyone could have
She did say
rest
she
out
cast it so everybody can chill out. And
I figured after
So.
2 hours of digging a boat out, we'd all be pretty knackered.
Oh, I was okay.
Okay, so
Wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you weren't digging the boat out.
waiting until 6, you set out at a slower speed. You are at your dawn and dusk speed now, which would be a speed of 30, same as walking. What does that mean for you? I don't know. Let me look.
Okay.
Desert travel. Ah, yes. Okay, so it means that you will be going about... Wait. Oh, I've got text for this too. Wow, they really prepared everything. This is nice. Surface of Sky Sea. Oh yeah, it's called the Sky Sea, if you needed something to be metal as hell. Oh. Oh, this is weird. Travel will be 2 miles per hour.
oh,
No.
that's really slow.
That is very slow. At
And
dawn
we're
and
doing
dusk.
nighttime.
And you've got about 2 hours until you will be moving 1 mile per hour.
So we literally
So,
just
in
slowly
essence-
sail away from these donkeys.
Quick, run!
Weren't there?
Yeah, but they're just
This is
going to
not
scramble
good.
on the glass. They're going to do the like comedy Bambi run.
Well, no, wouldn't the glass be
No.
too hot? They just...
Okay, the comedy Bambi run, but you can smell burning.
They do that. They do
No!
that scene from Bambi where,
Yeah,
well, you know.
except they're on fire.
Where his mom gets shot.
Focus as you guys are riding, driving, piloting. Pick your favorite.
Sailing.
There's a few notes that we need to cover here, and I'm not convinced you're gonna love all of it.
Hmm.
Right.
Firstly, as mentioned, the later it gets, the slower the cloud skate moves. Can't really help that. The glass, looking down, like, you can't really see through it. There's no telling how deep the glass goes. Nor is there any real indication of why the fuck there's just an inland sea of glass in the middle of this desert.
I have an idea. Got real hot.
Because of, let's see, half an hour, so it's not that. It's not super hot at present, with a few exceptions. You're not going to see this necessarily. I'm telling you so that you're aware of the game that we're playing of gambling. There are, at any given moment, 3 floating hot spots on the sand or the sky sea, which move in random directions. They are hidden from you at present, even at night. Yes.
Oh. What does that represent? Like a hot air cloud, or like?
Yes, it's like superheated air.
Like
to such an extent that like it borders on a death laser.
Oh.
So let's see which direction the first one moves.
Maybe I can be the lookout instead of proper crew.
The first one goes. Okay. The second one. Ooh. Okay. And the third one. So fucking lucky. Okay. All right. Neat. And you are traveling. About how long do you want to be sailing out here?
We're going to the island, aren't we?
Are you going to go all the way just until you reach the island?
I mean, at some point it's going to get light out and then we're going faster, right?
You probably might need to rest at some point. The sun comes up.
I was going to say, is it not worth resting during the night while we're on the...
It depends how long we think it's going to take. But yeah, just keep going for now.
I mean, what are the options? It's not like we can stop sailing in the middle of the glass sea, right? So we have to go towards the island just however long it takes, it's how long it takes, right?
We've got 2 passengers, so we can take it in turns, just swap out passengers and crews if needed.
Well, but how can we stop? Because you said it would have to go on the side. We don't want to touch the glass.
It will rest down.
Yeah,
it'll touch the glass.
Okay. Yeah, but weed, is that super unsafe?
Yeah, A3 won't stop.
Probably not in the night. Might be pretty unsafe when the sun rises.
And when the death lasers come around and we don't know where they are.
Well, I mean, in fairness,
we don't even know that they exist.
That's not really going to make a difference.
A3, there's maybe 3 of us that could pilot. You'll be best, but Selene and I could trade in.
I'll go until I can't. It's all good.
Okay.
By midnight, I will add, by midnight, which is when you would normally stop, in the distance, you can barely make out through the shimmering air above the sea of glass an island, a black dot floating among the stars. As shown on the map, of course.
Cool. We're pointing towards it and keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
I presume we're heading towards it now in our current trajectory.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, keep going.
Totally.
Wait, does anyone have a spyglass?
Yes.
Do you want to see if you can see?
Okay.
Just Cora, just turn around and look at the jackasses.
Yeah.
She's been watching this whole time.
Yeah,
So fine, I'll look at something else.
It doesn't feel like I've left them behind if I make them bigger in a spyglass.
So, how would I do this? That's that. Okay, this is gonna get a little weird for me. I'll do my best. So that's that area. Okay. So at midnight, you're going to press forward and keep going. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
And as long as Ithri is the pilot, you don't need to make another check. The check has already been made, and it's a fairly straight shot. It's. However, before we continue, there are a few. I've just realized I'm supposed to roll a random encounter check per hour.
Oh God.
Mm-mm.
Great.
Good thing we're moving so slow, so we have more random encounters.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Moving at night is actually conversely more dangerous, random encounter-wise. Maybe not environmentally, but
is there just going to be a
as you are
out here?
as you are skating across the glass, You do see a number of creatures skimming the surface of the glass. Creatures with hard shells. Oh, this is weird.
It is a
About
turtle.
Humanoid size creatures that look more or less like this. They are wearing, it looks like, pieces of
cool
cloud skates, but are otherwise like human-sized hermit crab.
Nice.
Whatever they are, you see a group of 7 of them. Your cloud skate is going to intersect with them. Do you want to mow them down, go around, or how do you want to approach this problem?
Mow them down to 2 miles per hour.
Yeah, I feel like Ithri would skirt around.
Okay.
Unless anyone else wanted to interject.
Doesn't
they're wearing
Selene
our
have
shit.
an edict to do stuff with animals? Like she has to, if they're unnatural, she has to kill them or something?
No. So Selene's hunter, actually, we made some adjustments, much like with Medora's demagogue. It applies more to humanoids for Selene.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so make another crafting check, Ithri, as you try to maneuver your vessel.
Oh,
It's not crafting, this is crabbing.
Yeah. Make a crab check. Crabbing. Okay. It's sufficient. Barely. It was a slightly higher DC. But with a steady hand, you adjust your course. The rudder sort of shifts, and you can hear a little grind on the glass as the cloud skate veers off course a little bit to go around. Whatever these hermit crab creatures are, they all sort of stop moving. What's their speed? And then they start following you, like trying to chase, and they move at about the same speed as you. Right now, the exact same speed. Fortunately, because you went around, you created enough distance that they are unable to gain on you, and eventually they give up the chase. Had you just cut through, though, they would have kept pace with you, and you might have run into some trouble here. And then we've got 2 more. Nope, that's the wrong one. 2 more. There we go. That's the only real trouble you face before midnight. And you said you're going to continue forward. You are moving 1 mile per hour, and you need to go about 1 more mile.
Oh.
Okay, so that's it.
We'll be there in an hour.
Are we there yet?
Uh-oh.
Well, we would be if...
Well, there's a dark shape approaching you from the northeast.
Is it Obi-Wan again?
It looks like another cloud skate.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Moving toward you.
Pirate time.
Yeah, can I use my telescope and see who's on it? How many?
Yes. You make out 6 humanoid shapes, but with a twist. Let me show you what these humanoid shapes look like.
They're crabs!
Oh.
Shit, they're skeletons!
There's a crew of 6 on a cloud skate, and they are focused on you and like moving, not just to intersect, but maybe to ram.
Guys, I think we need to evade. There's 6 skellies.
Cool.
So they're also slow, right, though? Like they're the same slow as us?
They are moving at the same speed as you, but they're coming from the north.
From the direction we sort of want to go in, yeah.
Right. Granted, they're off to the west. They're like northwest, but because they're still coming from a northward direction, they can likely intersect you without a little bit of... It's like a head-to-head duel between 2 Zambonis. With the speed you guys are going.
Ithri?
Okay. Hello.
How do I stop one of these things? Tell me, which one's the break?
It isn't a break, it's an off.
Okay.
Is it like a lever?
What you would do is basically pull a lever, and it would raise the rudder, and you would just sort of slowly skid to a halt.
So Ithri's plan is to head northeast-ish, so that they don't have
I fucked up. They came from the northeast, not the northwest. I'm sorry.
northwest-ish, so that
okay, you're going northwest.
their approach velocity is slower. He doesn't want to go like the opposite direction to them, but he doesn't want them to have as large a ramming speed as possible.
Okay.
Medora's plan, Ithri, is if you're going to turn one way, she's got invisibility translocate. So would do that, arrive on their ship when they're in range, and if there's like a spin the wheel and pull the brake.
Okay. I will note, because Medora is a crew member, though, someone is going to have to take your place.
If we get into
that
50
means either
feet
Cora
range,
or Marco.
If we get into 50 feet of range, I could just use my whip and try to, unplug them.
The only other thing is, if I do that,
And you get back.
I can't get back.
Then don't do that.
Yeah, why would you do that?
You going at 1 mile an hour, I can run faster than that, right?
Why don't you just fireball them?
I haven't got it. I've got Ice Storm, but I think Ice Storm would make it.
They're skating on the ice, get 2 miles an hour.
Then make them go 0 miles per hour if you ice storm them. They'll just be sitting there.
I mean, do you want me to instead?
Fireball them?
Close enough.
I mean, shouldn't we? It's undead. I mean,
You guys have dealt with undead before, right?
Yep. So what I'm going to do then, how well can we actually see not just the ship but the crew?
Not well at all from this distance.
Wait,
without a telescope.
That's the distance I should have asked. How far away, roughly?
Right now, I would say they're probably like 500 feet away and closing.
Perfect.
Right.
What if we just try to convince them, not to attack us? Like, make an impression
they're
on a mythical level?
They're not going to listen.
Just say past them looking cool enough so they leave us in peace.
I'm gonna pass whatever I'm doing crew-wise over to who wasn't crewing, Cora and
Marco.
I'm gonna pass it over to Marco because Cora's still distraught about donkeys. And go to the side of the ship that they're coming from and prepare to cast Holy Light as soon as I can see whoever's piloting their skiff.
What's the range on that?
120 feet.
Oh, okay. It'll be tight, but yeah, okay. So you're readying for that. What are others doing?
I guess I'm crewing
Celine
the ship
is currently a crew, by the way. But
I'm using my spyglass and watching to see if they make any changes or do anything weird.
as soon as Ithri starts to maneuver northwest, they are cranking their own rudder to take a much more westerly course. They're still meaning to intercept you, it looks like.
Yep. They're still trying to intercept.
Yeah, I just didn't want to give them a right angle.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, is the plan do nothing except wait until they are close range?
I can get back.
I mean, do you want to wait until Key does his thing first? And then...
Yeah, it's the same range. It's the same range, so I need them to be within 120 feet. Because otherwise, by the time I've done it, we might then be out of 120 feet. I don't want to do it bang on.
So, do you want to wait until if I miss, and then...
If Key misses, it's more than one turn of stuff, but they might not know I'm doing it. Invisibility.
Or get ready to take the rudder.
And I have shadow dance as well.
I just want to check myth that if you cast a spell whilst invisible, doesn't that make you visible?
Not if it's heightened to 4th level. Is it a heightened invisibility or is it regular?
So it's if the target uses a hostile action.
Yep. So it would depend on what you are.
Well, is it hostile to like turn off the?
Translocate would not ruin invisibility. That would not.
Translocate wouldn't ruin it, right? Because that's not hostile.
Correct.
Yeah.
And shadow jump wouldn't ruin it because that's not hostile.
Correct.
And putting a break on is not hostile.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Though remember, invisibility does not necessarily mean
Unseen.
Undetected. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know what capabilities these pirates have. Though I will say, Medora, seeing the way this is playing out, these are unmistakably pirates. The nautical tactics, the maneuvers, even the weapons, the gaff hooks.
If it goes
These
wrong.
are slaver pirates. They
got a
aren't
new
looking
crew.
to kill you. They're probably
Sup, boys?
looking to capture.
We're
And
gonna
it is
capture
likely
them.
they will have tools for capture.
Dora
Okay,
brought that book
so
with the pain
as
and
you guys
suffering.
as you're maneuvering the cloudscape, I need, first of all, Ithri, make another crafting check. This will be at an even higher DC, probably we'll say 28 at this point, to try to maneuver to time it all.
I'm going to re-roll that with a mythic.
Okay, there it is.
Wait, hang on. We need to.
So, that is going to give you a +4
No,
bonus
it's copyright.
on whatever
Is
you
it?
roll.
Of course
Oh.
it is.
How about
Oh, yeah. So
There you go.
35. It's not a critical success. It is a success. Ithri kind of maneuvering the wheel, keeping things in motion, like letting them sort of almost baiting them into getting closer, but not too close. Making sure that as they're closing in, they no longer have a perfect angle to ram you. So the best they can hope for is like pulling up next to you at this point.
Want to race?
And as they're closing in, 200 feet, 180, 160. Everyone get ready. Because like as soon as the two of you step away to do your thing, Marco and Cora are going to have to step in to like take the crew positions.
Okay.
They are in range, 120 feet. What do you do?
One of those.
He casts Holy Light. And were
like
you
a lab
picking any
strike.
in particular?
The one on the steering wheel pilot.
At the helm.
Whoever's driving the damn thing.
Make a spell attack.
I think Medora might preemptively. Maybe.
You know what? I should probably open their character. That might help. Where is it? Hello? Oh, shit. Do I have it under regular desert instead of Sky Sea? I'm sorry. Give me a second. I, an intellectual. There's Ghost. No. There. No. Uh-oh. I had Skeletal Pirate. Alright, let me just search for Pirate. Found him. Oh, it was Glass Pirate. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. You rolled a 32. That is a hit. Not a critical hit, but it is a hit. Roll your damage.
Right, this is going to be interesting because since I can't target them, I've got to... No, I can just click that button. That's handy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Well, that is going to be quite a bit. So 67 reduced by 5. 62. All right, that blasts into the pirate at the helm, who like staggers, seems like shaken for a moment, and then shakes it off and remains in position at the wheel. Badly injured, but very much still in the fight. It seems the fire was not as effective as it might have been.
I know Medora has a plan, but I have a devil's bargain to throw before the DM before that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really struggle to use these, I have a heroic action called Run and Shoot. Can I substitute my stride with sailing? I've posted it in. I would like to
that makes sense, yeah.
pull out a crossbow whilst driving and shoot at this driver.
This is a drive-by.
Okay, yeah.
We're in the wrong
So, like,
neighborhood.
this would line up, I think, probably with simultaneous action with Medora's translocate going off.
Sure, yeah.
So
Okay, so as Medora
cast.
disappears from your cloud skate. Yep.
Arts cast.
What are you shooting?
The driver.
All right, make that attack roll. And they're coming in hot, so as hot as a Zamboni can.
Bear with me, I need to reload and things because I've never used a crossbow in Pathfinder.
Okay.
But
while you're doing this,
it would have been loaded, I think.
Medora, you want to roll a stealth roll real quick? We can see how well you slip in.
This is public. This is blind.
Yep. Nope. Hide is a secret roll. I say yes, but I mean no.
How will I know whether to mythic it?
You won't. That's the fun of a secret roll.
Eh.
You appear on the ship. There's a little unsteadiness, like you have to sort of take a step to keep your balance, because, laws of motion and all that.
Good job, I'm used to yeeting myself.
None of the robed pirates react to you. They all seem very intent. You notice, though, that they are starting to take up those gaff hooks. A boarding party when you see one. Ithri, are you ready? Oh, you did it!
Rolled.
I didn't notice that. 32 is going to hit. It's not a crit, but it is a hit.
That is a shame.
This says unarmed. I don't think that's correct. It's not using your crossbow.
I just rolled the damage. Why would it do an unarmed attack? I literally did it from the...
Well, your hit was also unarmed.
Yeah.
At least like unarmed attack, so...
Oh.
Yep.
Why can I... There isn't a shoot button. There isn't a strike with my crossbow.
Oh, is this like holding the crossbow?
You have
to load it.
You have to make sure that it's in... It was loaded. You just have to make sure it's in your hands.
Yeah.
That you're wielding it with two hands.
Oh, I see.
Hang on. You got it?
Yeah. Sorry.
Excellent.
Let's try again.
It's still a plus 20 to hit. Oh.
Nailed
it wasn't, so you would have had to re-roll anyway, but that works out because that is a critical hit.
Okay.
What is still a pirate?
How do I roll damage on this? There.
You'll just click the critical button.
Oh, there's a critical damage button.
Yep, you'll just click critical. In chat, you'll click the one in chat.
Oh, I clicked it on my character sheet.
Yeah, that works out. It is still alive. As the crossbow bolt strikes this thing, it seems not quite as effective, but several pieces of bone erupt, actually showering the unseen Medora in bone fragments. The skeleton visibly teeth, though.
It's not on
it is now
that attack, but I have weapon specialization with crossbows, which I think means it should be pinned.
Oh no, it included weapon specialization. You're thinking of critical weapon spec adds 2 to the damage.
I thought that. Okay, carry on.
I think it's a different thing that gives you your critical effect. If you have it for crossbow, then it would also be pinned to the wheel. But yeah,
that's what I
it's
thought
basically
I had,
pinned
but I
there,
don't know how to
gritting
check
its
it, so
bony
it's fine.
teeth. That's fine. I have a feeling it's all about to go to shit anyway. Medora, what do you do?
Pull the brake. And then I
Make
shadow jump back to the boat.
your either crafting or arcana or what have you. Make the skill check.
You said crafting is the lowest DC?
Technically, piloting lore is the lowest, but yeah, you could do crafting. Technically...
Well, but she wants to
Never
purposely
mind.
fuck it up, isn't it better?
I was going to say, technically, if you don't mind using Rewrite Destiny, you could roll piloting lore, knowing you're not trained in it, and then re-roll with mythic proficiency, which would be broken as shit. But no need.
Feels pretty good.
That is a critical
trained
success.
Improvisation. I just arrive and kick the brake lever.
Pull off the lever.
Yeah, pretty much. That is a
Medora
critical
just stands
success.
there, and she's just
Oh no. Now hang on, because this is going to change some things. You're going to need another roll, actually, because critical success, you don't slow it down. You jam it to such an extent that it goes from moving 1 mile per hour to okay, well, never mind. I was gonna say something else.
Okay, but
okay,
Askel.
No, you don't need a balance check. I forgot it was 1 mile per hour.
Knowing that they are turning to intercept our new path, and I've just put an anchor on, and it's a ship, so it would turn as essentially the anchor equivalent went down.
They don't have. It's not an anchor. It just lifts the rudder from the glass.
Okay.
You've just turned the ignition off, effectively.
Yeah. But they are no longer able to steer either.
That is actually spot on correct. They cannot steer.
So
and they're
just gonna and then Medora's just gonna dropping the invisibility would be free action, right? Or does it just last for 10 minutes?
Either or.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. No, hang on. Is invisibility sustained? I believe it is not sustained, so you cannot drop it.
Okay. They're just gonna hear a voice just go, "Get good, Scrubs," and she's gonna shadow jump back.
Okay. As you rematerialize out of the shadows, just erupting from nothingness on the deck of your own cloud skate, something interesting happens. You see all the skeletons over there, shaking fists.
I mean,
and then you see all of their robes burst into flame.
Oh.
And now I need all of you to make a reflex save.
Wow.
Hang on, I might actually have it. I do! Make that reflex save!
Oh, man.
Can't tokens.
Can't because tokens.
Oh no, you can. You just deselect the party token.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It's not
for
working.
me. It works.
Did for me. Deselect it.
Deselect.
Yeah.
Oh, deselect.
So you have nothing selected.
Okay.
Ooh, those are some low rolls.
I'm Mythic's mine.
If you've got the mythic point, you can rewrite Destiny, or if you have
I'm doing it. So this is instead of what to what?
Huh?
If you rewrite Destiny, how much more?
Oh, it depends on what your original proficiency was.
Expert.
So you were expert, so you've got a +6. Yep.
So 36.
36 is a success. All right. Success is not a critical success, so you will still... let's see. You have a success. Ithri has a failure. And the +1. Where's the +1? Pazuzu. There he is. Forgot I have to roll for Pazuzu as well. Okay. So that is a critical success on the money. Okay, so only Ithri and Medora are really in need of being concerned about this. Ithri, you take full damage. Medora, you will take half. As one of the hotspots suddenly crosses over your little very slow ship race, the skeletons burst into flames. Not that it'll really bother them. So do some of you guys. Fortunately, you're at such an angle that you basically completely cut through as fast as it is possible to pass through, and thus saving most of you the worst of it. However, Medora, you will take 11 fire damage, and Ithri, you will take 23 fire damage.
Done.
-5 for fire resistance.
Oh, even better.
I
Even
presume
better.
that is stamina, not HP.
Yep, absolutely. So it's like nothing at all. You guys are just fine. But you're aware that you just passed through a hot spot. And funny enough, that is enough to deter the pirates. And you can continue on your way northwest.
Well,
So are we
it would
naming
be-
the ship?
I don't know that we are going to keep it for that long, but maybe. What do you want to name? Have you got a name in mind?
The pineapple.
As you close in on the isle.
I'll use my cheap bottle of alcohol and like throw it against the bow of the ship.
Okay.
What was that for?
Dude, that's how you name a ship.
Yeah.
What did you
Was
name
it
it?
the Valkyrie ride in on?
Captain just named it the pineapple.
Pegasi.
No, Ithri's the captain.
He's
Well,
the
apparently you're the
helmsman.
captain, I
The
just
helmsman
drive.
is not the captain.
Ithri, what
captain,
is
then.
it that the Valkyrie ride in on?
Pegasi.
I'm asking Ithri.
No.
If I asked Marco, he'd tell me hot
Look.
women.
He's a sage, okay? So he needs to tell you when you ask a question.
Literally just reading the book.
That's true. He is literally required to.
He's required to answer questions.
I don't
Oh,
necessarily
that's
have to
gonna
be
get old
right.
so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a Valkyrie. What do you ride?
Well, that's a personal question.
I don't think we can name it. Never mind.
He just points at Celine.
I used to ride a sled pulled by 3 donkeys.
The jackass.
And we should call the ship the Three Donkeys.
Or would it help if we called the ship the jackass?
Oh. Can I
Would
still
be
see them
weirdly
if I
suited.
look through the telescope?
No. No. Not at this point.
Also, Ithri's heading back towards the island now.
Okay.
Presumably that's the C. As in the letter C on the map.
That is actually not a sea at all, but the shape of the island.
Oh, we don't know
Let's
that
talk
from the
about
sun,
that. Ahead, the tortured profiles of hills rise. Though lower in total height than the dust wall mountains through which you passed to get to the desert, they seem deformed travesties of rugged peaks. They are twisted and battered. Chunks of stone, hundreds of feet broad, lie scattered as though cast by a giant hand. Some of the rock has the appearance of being crushed by that same hand, squeezing the essence forth as fountains and oozings frozen now for all time. Shards of rock, as sharp and pointed as a dagger's blade, leap skyward to dizzying heights. The hues of the rocks, stripped as they are of any softening by soil or growth, range from the red of fresh gore through the brown of dried blood to the ashen hues of long dead flesh.
Very fleshy.
As you draw near, a sticky sweet smell carries on the wind that howls through those crags. How are we feeling about disembarking to cross through those?
Not great. Is that the only way?
I mean, from where you're at, yes. There could be a way elsewhere around the island, but that's the only part you can see from here. It's also 2 a.m. So, you know.
I think we could rest, but it's not going to be comfortable.
Can you not cast your hut while we're on the glass?
Not right now. I'd need to rest first.
Should we dock here or no?
Are there any markings on the crags that would look like any tracks have gone in or out? Particularly, I think I would be asking Selene because she's our scout.
If we get close enough, I can take Pazuzu and take a look.
I think
that is to say, if you don't want her and Pazuzu flying over the glass, land there, let her go look, and if there's nothing, like, you guys can turn around and keep sailing.
We could just do a lap of the island to see if there's any reasonable place to stop.
Okay. Maybe let's just do that. Do a lap of the island.
That'll take much longer than having her fly up quickly, right?
That would probably take the bulk of the night and morning and maybe some of the afternoon.
What if Pazuzu and Selene go and scout ahead to see if there's anywhere? And
sure.
And we keep moving anyway because we're slow. I'd rather not get stuck out on the glass though for midday.
So you're just gonna sail in close enough to drop her off, and she can fly out, and then you guys can keep going. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you glide in, and she departs. I will note there is a clear shoreline that you could follow. It's not super it's not a big one, but you could disembark and walk around the perimeter if you wanted. Though that actually that might be faster. Though once the sun rises, that would be much slower. It's up to you guys what you want to do here.
I don't think we wanted to. Yeah, we didn't want to walk in that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So you keep going. It'll be another. Let's see. It'll be 2 hours before you reach here. So let's examine that. 2 hours. And at that point, Selene returns with Pazuzu. Landing is sort of a trick. Actually, it would be impossible. You see her on the shore, flying overhead, circling on the shore near you guys that you are sailing past.
Is there a reasonable place to land that wouldn't be horrific?
Oh, yeah. The shoreline is present.
Let's land and have a chat, unless one of you guys wants to message and find out.
I mean, if we land, maybe we rest.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, you guys are definitely at this point, you're looking really fucking tired. It's 4 a.m.
I've had an emotional day.
It's been 10 hours straight that you have been sailing.
Cut to the pirates. I've had an emotional day.
They know what it's
technically, they should be happy they got to live.
Yep.
You guys make berth. You find that the shoreline is a boulder-strewn mess. Softball-sized rocks, loose and treacherous, make it difficult to walk on at all. So you probably made the right choice there. You can see parts of it that are just jagged shards of rock and even glass jutting out that would make traversal treacherous here. It also makes making a camp treacherous here. You have to spend some real time like just clearing the shards of glass and debris. There are no tracks, for sure. Get it? For sure. Pazuzu and Selene land. And she says, "There's a causeway on the other side of the island. The city is in the middle."
So we go around to the other side then?
Yep.
Go!
If you get there, it's easy to sail in. Otherwise, it is all... She gestures at the crags.
Was there any shore that looks like we'd be able to be comfortable on for a rest?
I did not see any.
Okay. Do we want to go straight?
Oh, that's
in,
right, gang.
guys,
this place
or
sucks.
do we want to try and make the best of what we got here?
Tell me honestly,
How you
how
want to
tired are you?
8.
Then rest. Let's rest.
We should, yeah.
Everywhere we've been has been danger, so
Rest, then?
We'll attempt to rest. We need to post watch in case other pirates turn up and try and rob our boat, or crabs try and make it into a home, or...
what time is it?
Right now it's 4 a.m.
Maybe we rest till 4 p.m. We do like a 12-hour proper rest.
Won't it be too hot?
I mean, at 4 p.m. So we still brought the tent with us, but at 4 p.m. we could maybe make use of some fast.
I mean,
before
I
the
think
heat goes.
the boat absorbs heat, so we might actually be cooler on the boat rather than on the shore.
Okay.
I think.
I'm sorry.
This
Let
is
me
me
add,
making it up.
by the way. Selene would have mentioned this. There's also a glass river in the north. So 2 ways to go inland. One on the north, one on the northwest. Or east! North! East! Fuck!
Other west.
The other west.
It's okay.
It's
I'm
because
used
we're
to
on a
these
mirror.
directions.
It's fine. You
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we're resting here for now.
Okay. Alright, so you guys set up a camp. You set your watches. Let's just do a little testy test. Okay. You rest as you can. It's not very comfortable, especially as the sun begins to rise. About 7 a.m., it starts getting hot. The heat coming off of the glass surface is enough to like cause clothing to catch fire. So you have to get a little ways onto the shore where it's jagged. Anyone who wants to go take a walk or patrol a little or just get away so you can do your business, you risk stepping on shards of razor sharp rock or worse, glass. This place, you see why they call it cursed.
It sucks.
It's hell. But you survive. 8 a.m. would be 4 hours, so it would be noon by the time you've gotten 8 hours to rest. At noon, when you guys are basically back up and at 'em, maybe thinking about, okay, we should hit the road, Selene lands with Pazuzu and reports that more pirates
Where?
coming from the north.
Do we want to fight them on land, or do we want to get in the boat and...
I don't think we can fight them on land. It's too...
Okay. To the boat.
Okay.
Are they heading to our position or like?
I mean, they're around the curve of the island, so they don't see you and you don't see them yet.
Let's just bravely charge at them. They won't know what the heck to do.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Your vehicle.
I'm not the captain.
It does have.
It has stats.
A collision DC, I believe.
I think we should just bluff and charge at them.
I'm not sure you can bluff a skeleton, but we can attack whilst charging.
Yeah, I think we should.
Why are we not just going around the other side so they don't see us at all and we come from the, south and then...
Because we don't have time, Marco!
Why? We're moving double or 3 times the speed now.
We could do that. It's just we might run into other things. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not the one to decide.
Camouflage
A boat on a mirror.
on the island.
Oh, I'd rather move if we can.
There. High risk, high reward. Okay. You guys board as quickly as you can.
We're heading south.
By the time you get... Oh, you're heading south. Right. Make a crafting check, whoever's piloting, or Arcana, or whatever you're doing. I will say, I'm increasing the DC by 10 for purposes of trying to rush and move before you are spotted.
I'm going to re-roll that again. Because
Mythic.
my dice rolls today.
It's been bad.
Ooh.
That's better.
Okay.
That's a
and
mythic
since that's
reroll.
mythic, that's also with a +4 bonus. So 40. All right. That is 22, 32. That is a critical... Wait, no, 30, so it'd be 42. That is not a critical success. It is a success. So you guys might not rocket south, but you are moving fast enough that you stay ahead of the oncoming pirates' line of vision. Like you're staying around the curve of the island. Let me move back to the desert off of my little secondary map. Okay, so I miss having that drag ruler. Are you going to go all the way around until you reach the northeast side of the island?
Effectively, as long as there's no...
Yep.
It would be 7 hours through the afternoon. Or no, it wouldn't. Just kidding. You're moving a lot faster. It's daytime. What's the daytime speed? Is it 40?
40, yeah.
40. Okay,
it seems
so you're
oddly
going
slow though, right? Because if we went 1 mile per hour at night, so now we're going 2 miles per hour. Because we're double.
No, you're correct. I'm mathing wrong. I think I mathed wrong actually when I input the data on there. So let me just keep
20 feet a night, 40 feet in the day.
It says okay. 2 miles per hour at dawn or 4 miles per hour during daylight. Jesus! So you're going 80 feet. That should be 80 by day. That's faster than Korra.
Fixed it.
Wow.
That's like a car with that's like you're driving in a convertible, the wind blowing through your hair. Like you are moving. 4 miles per hour? Shit. Okay, maybe that's not like driving a car, but it's pretty fast, all things considered. 4 miles per hour, so you gotta go 7 miles. So it takes you wow. Okay. Like 2 hours. Okay. 2 hours cruising on the glass sea. It's funny. There's a glass coast in Andalon, but it wasn't like the... Uh-oh.
Is there pirates coming from the other direction now?
I can't teleport.
Or was that a
I'm
heat?
just saying.
To clarify, did we get a full rest?
Yes,
We
you
did.
guys all got a full rest. So, you sail. Making for this shore that Selene mentioned. As you reach the northwest side of the island, you can make out a brilliant white outcropping leading southeast straight through the mountain peaks, which flank it on either side. It's level, flat surface, not glass, by the way. Note, white stone. Its flat surface has been polished smooth, and it is apparent that this has been used as a roadway. So white is this roadway that it hurts your eyes just to look at it, and the reflected light rebounds off the rocks to either side of it to form an impenetrable barrier of light as to what might lie beyond it. This is your heading as you make for... You'll have to stop when you reach the causeway, of course, but shielding your eyes as you sail toward it, you hear a rumble and feel a tremor even as you're riding on the cloudscape. Something is like starting to rock you a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Rock the boat.
Yeah.
Don't rock the boat.
All at once, you hear a sound like the shattering of glass. And a gigantic violet creature explodes out of the glass, bursting upwards, towering over your ship ahead. You see before you, immense, taller than a building, looming, staring right down at you hungrily. A great serpentine purple worm.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Fuck.
I just say...
I will note...
We had a viewer literally post that.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
And I was like, don't jinx us. It's not going to... But can we just shout that viewer out?
Please do. Absolutely.
Podman.
And it was the last random encounter check of the game. A purple worm.
At least Ava will be happy she comes back for this.
So it's not even scripted, like that it comes
It's
up
not.
here.
It's a random encounter. Yeah. It's I will note there are only 3 creatures on the glass on the Sky Sea.
No, so
Skitter crabs, glass pirates, and these.
Oh,
Because
cool.
nothing else
Bingo.
can live out here. Yeah. You did. You got a bingo. Good job.
We're gonna
might not
teach
be
you how
glad
to
that you
die
did.
out here.
No, we're gonna ride these worms, right?
Oh!
Unless you have that giant, the giant drum, I think you might be in trouble.
I have a grappling hook. Huh? We can totally do this.
Good luck with that. On that note, let's see. I think we'll call it 60 experience points for navigating the Sky Sea. And you don't have to do anything. That'll be automatic. Players. I said players! There they are.
Hello.
Navigating the Sky Sea. What'd you guys think of the Sky Sea?
Cool.
I want to spend more time on it.
I've been playing Sea of Thieves all week, so...
Yeah.
You really did get a bit of everything. You got the pirates, you got a hot spot, you got some daytime and some nighttime travel.
Look, I built a character
Technically, you got to see
2.5
the
years
skitter
ago,
crabs.
and now I get pirates.
Little trivia about the skitter crab. They have evolved. This is the only place in the world they exist. They specifically evolved to live here on this glass sea. Out of curiosity, some of you mentioned having an inkling of how this may have happened. What were you imagining? How do you think a sea of glass just appeared in the middle of the desert?
Oh, I thought you meant the crabs thing.
But you know,
well, oh, no.
he's got a.
Because everything
an issue
evolves
with
into crabs.
fire.
I was going to say...
Yeah, he's right.
Probably heat.
You know how much fire it would take to turn... Hang on, let me check. Like a
Califarius level.
30-mile diameter section of desert into glass.
A lot
Califarius.
of heat.
The kind of heat
Are you
that would also
proposing
create a weird blast-shaped island in the middle.
That would mean that this is the site of probably where Calitharius and Martek would have battled 1,000 years ago.
Oh, boy.
Could be. I can't think of many other things that would generate a 30-mile diameter blast wave of fire, but, you know. Yeah, better him
like,
than you.
You guys,
Anyway.
do you guys want to fight him? I can't outrun 30 miles of fire.
Oh.
Or I can.
Probably safe to assume
Maybe.
Martek was also mythic, huh?
Or I could outrun it.
So
Yeah.
one-on-one, this kind of thing? Like, yeah. That's
Yeah,
some,
depends on how
that
fast
would
the
be some
fire's
serious wizardry. Yeah.
We have a response from Ava, by the way, and that was, "Is that what I think it is?"
Yes, it is. Ava has a rich and colored history with these things. That being said, this is the end of today's game. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope it was a good show for you. This was a busy one between Mythic Ascendancy, some Dune references, and literally sailing on the sky. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to catch any parts of it that you might have missed, or past game sessions, some of our other campaigns or what have you, you can find all that on our YouTube channel. You can also find us talking about this stuff, posting memes that I am so fucking thrilled to look at that I haven't gotten to see yet. That I'm sure Blaze has waiting for.
During the second half. I was too into it.
Should I give you like 15 minutes before I go perusing? Or?
No. The first half will do it.
Okay. You can find all that on our Discord server. And of course, I would normally say, hey, we'll be playing. Oh, wait, we are going to be playing this coming Friday. We will be playing this coming Friday in a different game, slightly different players in Return of the Rune Lords, which is actually also dealing with some pretty legendary themes of ancient people. Otherwise, we'll see you next week, next Sunday. We are playing next Sunday, right? Yeah, we are. Until then, take care, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye.